I'm just going to send out all of the notices to the various social medias. Get everybody in. Make sure it's working. All right. Alright, hopefully that's working. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm just going to send it all out to the different chat rooms, different places, try to get everybody in. Make sure everybody knows we're live. Hope everyone's had a good night, a good day. Yeah, what's happening, Jaggy? How you doing? Welcome on in. Just give me a few moments. Let me get everybody set up around the World Wide Web. Let them know that we're having some fun tonight. One down, one to go. One down, two down. Alright, sounds good. Marco says he's coming on too. And I'm live. The moderator's in. People are getting in. Wonderful. Should have went out on there as well too. Awesome. Let's get back into this. All your tours are done? Well, you're lucky. I wish all my tours were done within the game, but that's where I have to get back to starting to do some stuff. Yeah. So let's see if this all comes up. All right. What are we going to get today is the question. 4 times. The usual. The usual 4-timer. But that's the way it goes. Yeah, until I started streaming, streaming is when I started to hold off on doing everything right away, right now, so that I have stuff to do in the stream, just in case things go dry, or if I finish the tours really easily. That's why I decided to wait on things. So I didn't do any polls yet. I'm going to do that a little bit later when we get more people in. Do my tours and, help anybody who hasn't been able to beat their tours, or if they need some suggestions, I'll get on that as well too. So that's usually what we're doing. That's how we like to roll on a Sunday night, especially because we have so much happen over the course of the weekend. So it's nice to just sort of relax, unwind, get into the game for a little bit. It's also my first chance to play. I've had to spend most of my day hanging out with family who's come into town to visit. So I got to take my girls to meet some of their cousins that they hadn't actually met before. And we're still doing some boss battle stuff. We still have an hour of boss battle. Good gosh. Crazy stuff. I'm not going to get into the boss battle at the moment. We got to pick up all of our stuff from the various places that's out there right now. I'm excited because I'm learning more and more about Twitch as we go, and putting more of this together I guess, but that's the better way to say it. There we go. Everyone can hear me okay? It looks like everything's working. Yes, I'm not dropping any frames or anything. I don't think so. So yeah, it says I'm not dropping any frames. Okay, so everything seems to be working. Looks like my microphone's working. People can hear me as we're going and doing things. Is the chat box working? That's the other thing. Can we see the chat box or no? Let me figure out what's going on here. Everything looks and sounds good. Awesome. Thanks, HBK. And did you notice I changed the color? So now it's yellow on blue, and I think that might pop a little bit better for people to see. So hopefully that works better for people to see the colors and at least see their names. I had a hard time seeing everybody's name last time because I didn't put the colors absolutely correctly. But I'm excited because I have some cool alerts that I want to for cheers with bits and other things. So I have some cool ones that I wanted to show everybody while I'm here. So, yo, M Dog, what's happening? It's going tonight. So just trying to come down from the high of being out with my kids all day. And all the craziness that is my kids. So later on in the stream, once we get more people in, I'm gonna do my. I haven't done my Andre loot, so I'm gonna do my Andre loot, and then I have saved my backstage pass loot all week as well too, so that I could do a 7 pull, even though it's only gonna get me one guaranteed rare. But we'll get to that in a little bit. I opened 2 batches of 55, and I got nothing good from that briefcase. So I was really hoping to get Dakota, but alas, I did not. So I've been trying to work with bits and stuff right now. So when again, you have to be patient with me because I am an old man in the sense that technology is sometimes my friend and sometimes my bitterest of enemies. Let's see. Okay. No worries. Sorry, I just got a text with that. So when someone cheers and uses 1 bit, this is what's going to come up. At least let's hope it works. Glory that will never ever end. Did that play twice for everybody or just once? I'm trying to see because it's playing twice on my computer because I'm pressing it on a different thing. So I'm excited about these things working. And then if you use 50 bits or if you cheer 50 bits, then we get.
Shake those hips and let your backbone slip. Pull up your pants, pull up your pants. Do the muscle man dance. Just follow my voice. You don't really have a choice. And pull up your pants. Do the muscle man.
Did that go through and show? It's showing it weird on my end. I just want to make sure. I'm not sure if I can preview it at the same time with stream elements here. Anyways, if you I can tell it, and then if you do it, then that could be something different. Oh, you saw it? Okay, good. So cheering 50 bits does the muscle man dance. Cheering 10 bits brings out some LA Night. And if you cheer 5 bits because Spaceballs is my favorite movie of all time.
Combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's amazing. I got the same combination on my luggage.
Anyways, I was very excited about all of those things. So we'll see how well they work when people do cheers and stuff like that. Did all of those work, or am I still technologically inept? Let's see. All right, we're getting some good. All right, welcome in everybody that's coming on in as I've been trying to figure this all out. They all worked. Okay, good. So I'm trying to get hip and cool, but at the same time, I have some weird old movies that I like. And okay, so last but not least, you got my coffee. Awesome. Welcome to class, Marco. We got Sunday night science hall, study hall, for everybody to come on in for. If you do 100 bits, then you get since I am Sicilian and Italian in my background, and since I love The Princess Bride. So those are my my cheering and my bits. So yeah, so we're gonna do some gameplay today. So for those that are just coming in, welcome on in. So of the things we're gonna do some loot pulls when everyone gets in, and then the other thing we're gonna do is I've been working up. I didn't get a chance to work them up fully all the way, and we might just YOLO it for the stream. But I decided to take the plate off the wall, the Triple H plate. I'll show that in this, actually. So, Bill's Mafia, what's happening? Bill's Mafia in the house. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to go to the store. So I've gotten a lot of questions today in my server and in other places just about what you should take from this Andre the Giant WrestleMania Battle Royal. Should you take the moment, or should you take the plate if you were able to max the solo and you got all four of them? The other thing that you can do if you didn't want either of those things, or you don't see any use in either of those things, they got some really good. Like, it was really hard for me to pass up 100,000 strap parts, and anybody else who does content creation like myself will tell you that they are worth. They're worth in gold. Their weight in gold. Gosh, I run through them so much right now. Yeah, for sure, that's one of the things that I was hoping to get, but I saw the opportunity to get. I'm not sure how rare this plate is going to be, this Triple H plate, but the problem with this moment was I found that, since I didn't get Andre yet, and I might get him in my pull tonight, but that's yet to be seen. The problem with this, you only got a 4-star Ridge from the pulls. Lisa will, yeah. Ridge is great for his trainer ability. Putting Ridge on Ghostbuster Cena is awesome. He's done very well. So if you've seen, I think Sir Zorro put out a video today just about how Ridge and his trainer ability boosts Cena to even more craziness when you have him maxed out. I think it's 6 stars when Ridge gets to 100% more. So yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, definitely go do it. It's nuts what he can do, of course. Yeah, so if your decision is to go get the plate, I went and did that because I think the plate's going to be rare. And for this moment boost, right, when you click max and it's like, wow, it's going to hit 300, 200, 400, look at all the damage of all these other things. You have to take a couple of things into account. The first is, this is for feuds. Of this list of people right here, like, who are you honestly going to be using in feud, right? I think that's the big thing, right? So welcome in everybody who's making their way on in. So are you actually going to use, excuse me, any of these people in feud? And if you are, who would you actually use, right? Would you use Brett? It's going to make his green move go super high, so that might be good, but unless you are able to keep them down with that botch gem finisher, I'm not sure it's going to work as well as you think it might. I think it's going to work pretty well on Anvil, and if you have Andre, it's going to make him crazy. So if you pulled Andre, or if you use Anvil a lot in this feud, this might be the way to go, with one very important caveat, and that is, in order to get this to level 30, you're going to have to take, I believe, 5 of these people to 6-star bronze. That's what will unlock this evolve here to make it level 30. Somebody can correct me if they've actually taken this already, but I believe it's 5. It might be 4. But you're going to have to take up a lot of garbage here to see, you know what I mean? Like, you might take, even if you took Andre and you took Anvil and you took Brett, that still leaves 2 of these that you're going to have to take up. And I'm not sure that's something everyone's really in for, right? Bill's Mafia, you still need Z-Ray and Texina for Ghostbuster Seed. Yeah, they're essential in the coaching categories for that. But having Ridge definitely makes a difference for sure. So like you're building up that, you know what I mean? Like so he's not going to hit for $1.5 million for each countdown gem, right? But he's going to hit closer to $1 million, and that's still not bad, especially if you know it's definitely for those that are free to play and for those that don't have some of these rarer characters. It's a great little thing. Anyway, so that's why I decided to go against the moment, because as you can see, I don't have either of the 2 that I think benefit the most from it. And it is the rarer of this in the plate for sure. So long term, I might regret it, but for today, that's why I decided not to, and I thought that the plate might be the way to go. Oh, I was at Ezekiel. That's where I was. So Ezekiel is where we're going to go for next. So I looked at this plate and I said, okay, there's a handful of people that it can be used on. Obviously, if you got the Powerhouse Hall of Fame Triple H that just came out, it's a plate designed for him. So it makes sense to use it on him. It will definitely make him better. But in terms of like who else you can use it on, one of my faction bros, I think it's Psychout who showed a video. He took it off the prize wall. I'm just going to check and make sure that it was. I believe it was Psychout who did it. That he took it off the prize wall. He put it on Hall of Fame HBK. And yeah, it was Psycho 24, my bro. And he was doing about 3.75 with Fury 2s on turn 1 with Hall of Fame Triple H. Or sorry, Hall of Fame HBK. And then it stacks, right? This is one. So that was turn 1 with a feud build. And so turn 2, it would go more and higher and higher. So for those that don't know, this is the plate that's on the wall. It's the Hunter's Medallion. Whenever you break 4 or more green gems, increase your yellow gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. So this is going to stack turn after turn. And with Ezekiel and the way that you can play him, I think it's going to stack every turn, because I don't think we're actually going to do any swipes, which is what sets it off, unless we get pinned. But it should continue to grow and grow. The only issue that I see is that it does yellow gem damage, and his primary move color is green. But so what I've done is, knowing that we're going to get hit and knowing that we're going to get some damage taken against us, I decided to put on a gem defense belt, and I'm going to add some armor metal to him. And I put on the move defense metal because I wanted to also put on a move damage metal. And this is the highest yellow one that I have. It happens to be padded, but it also comes with yellow gem damage. So we're going to buff that yellow gem damage there. This one has extra yellow damage here. What's happening, Big Bear? What do I think of Batista Powerhouse with the damage strap? With that strap, I was actually able to defeat the nodes in the tour, like his CSS stuff. So do you need it to complete the tours? No. Does it make it go 2 or 3 or 5 turns faster? Yes. And I was able to do it. I'll come back to Ezekiel in a second. We'll go by class because that's probably the easier way to find this Batista character. So I was able to do it at 4-star gold, and then you can see I bought the strap I spent the $5 to get it. I didn't unlock it all the way, so if you unlocked it all the way, that would obviously make a difference. I didn't put a plate on there, and if you have an extra Titan plate, just because we all seem to have one just hanging around, right? But if you have an extra Titan plate, then that will also, because you'll start stacking up with all of the blast gems that he puts down. So I was able to do it without adding anything else onto there with this build right here, using the 2 different blast gems, using the sub to keep the moves down for the rock. I think I have most of the entourage on here as well too. At least I did. What else did I put on here? So it's definitely possible, and I know that you're probably going to need props in order to do it. So I put extra blast gems, and then it's up to you whether you want any of these. You don't need steel on Batista. Yeah, you don't actually need him on there. I'd put it on there, I think, to start off, but I realized that he has a +6 MP for the month. I realized that after I actually beat it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not that's not helpful. Thanks, Near. I realized that after I'd actually spent the time beating the node. I think I beat it on Wednesday's stream, and only realized afterwards that it was a +6, and I was like, well, that's a waste. So yeah, so you're going to want to load up on blast damage, gem damage. You can, I wouldn't suggest buffing the sub. I don't think you need to buff the sub much more. The 5 should keep him down more or less. So you might want to put extra blast gem damage, or create more blast gems, right? So instead of steel, it might be better to put on a powerhouse. Who is it that does that? Rusev, who does that. So he's one that does it. There's another powerhouse that I think it's the Giant, that does blast gems. So it's totally doable, and I believe Merrick's did it on his stream as well without the strap at 4-star gold. So it's totally 100% doable. So yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, I would try it first. See if you have enough of the props to get you through it. But if you need to buy it afterwards, then I would go ahead and buy it. If you're really concerned about getting the stuff with it. So back to our man Ezekiel that I decided to put it on. So beyond Triple H Hall of Fame, beyond HBK Hall of Fame, I decided that Ezekiel might be an interesting one to try it on, and hopefully y'all can help me. I haven't had much time to really play with him today. I got, I think, through one node of it before I had to go visit family today, who came into town, and that's always interesting when your twins are potty training. And so we took them to Carrabba's, an hour away from where we live. So they ended up not peeing in the car, but both of them peed in the restaurant. One of them peed all over the floor. So it was a day, y'all. Let me just tell you. So I haven't had much chance to play with Ezekiel. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually try him out with the sub build, because the sub is going to make yellow submission gems. So we're going to make yellow, and that's going to be where the plate is going to, I guess, do the most damage, hopefully, is with the sub and that. And then we're going to choose 8 gems to make into greens. This, making the greens right here, is what's going to set the plate off. We're going to use the sub to create a whole bunch of extra damage, use the sub to drain them. When the sub is done, it's going to make immobile gems. We're going to turn those into leech gems, and we're going to break them either with the green or the yellow. It doesn't matter, but either one that we break it with, we are going to then heal ourselves for whatever damage we take. So in the one match that I did play, I took no damage. So that's the benefit. Again, I'm only at 5-star gold. When he gets to 6-star, it's going to go... It might be a little bit interesting to try this at the 6-star, and if y'all are interested in seeing that, we might go YOLOing it, but I'm not huge on purple TP, but we might just do it for the stream, bring them on up, because this drift away is going to give extra damage for our mobile gems. So rather than heal ourselves, we just start taking off, and I think this goes up to 150k-ish, the drift away at 6-star. And so you can, once the sub is done, you hit the drift away, for whatever immobile gems are left, create your greens again, hit the sub. And so basically every turn, if done correctly, every turn you should be able to hit the sub. And just keep them completely off the board. Once you feel comfortable enough to make a pin, then you just use the jumping high need to make a pin. That's basically how I see it. And we're going to do this with not the greatest trainers for Ezekiel, because I just don't have them. And that's the other issue that I had, was when looking at gem damage guys and things like that, I just don't have. And this would be more for the 6-star setup. When it comes to immobile gem trainers, I just don't have a lot of them. One thing that will help eventually is that we're going to get one that has green submissions last one more move, or do 50% more damage, and green moves start with one more move point or something like that. Yeah, I definitely need to get a Powerhouse Hogan, right? So that's one of the ones that I don't have near 100%, right? So Powerhouse Hogan here would be great. Let's get into the people I don't have to make this better, right? So let's scroll down to people I don't have in gem. I think it's gem damage that I don't. Leech, yeah. So this Powerhouse Hogan, immobile gems do 100% more damage. Any colored gems you're going to produce 2 more of them. So you're going to do even more on the jumping knee. And for the 6-star build, so now it's going to do 300k for each immobile gem that you have left. So you can see that just that alone, for those of you that have him, and for whatever reason, I can't get any other Hogan but Santa Hogan. That would be one. And then there's another one that I don't have. Let's scroll down here, and that's the other issue when we get to this. It's not Leech. I feel like there's an immobile gem, another gem then that I don't have, or I don't have it very high. But the problem is that once you get to feuds, the yellow move is 7 MP. So having Santa Hogan a little bit higher would obviously help, right? 4 plus the 1 on your turn, plus 1 for the perk, plus 1 for Santa Hogan means that this starts turn 1, basically going forward. Both of these going turn 1. And that's the one thing that I don't have. I don't have Santa Hogan high enough. So if you do, I can run it both ways. I can run it with Santa Hogan here, and then we can try it again and put a different trainer here if you all want to see that afterwards. But I figured for those like me that don't have it, we can try it this way so you can see how he hits and how hard he hits and so forth at 5-star gold. And if we feel like going YOLO, then we can totally do that. But let's go take him on a spin and see what we think. Let's go. We'll go on the challenge tour. Let's try it one time on a. Am I able to do this one on the challenge tour? Okay, let's go against another 5-star gold just to sort of see. No, I guess Powerhouse only. You're gonna make us go. All right, we need a tour that's gonna let me go. For the question that you just asked, Big Bear, this is the one that I beat with. There you go, with Batista. You are also Powerhouse. I don't want to go against a 6-star bronze. It's going to take too long, and we just want to get sort of started against a 5-star gold. Is there anything? No, there's only VIP tours. I haven't done enough of those tours yet. What about you people over here? Can I play any of you? Okay. How high are you? You're 25. Okay, well let's see what the new Andre. Oh, come on. Will you let us play? Or do I have to go up against... Oh, you will let me play. Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll go against Sammy. We'll see how Ezekiel does against Sammy on a one-on-one. And y'all can tell me what you think, or we can crowdsource how to make this work, how to play it, because I'm just figuring out like you are. So I think that's half the fun. Although I would love to be more prepared. And you would think as a college professor, I would come to class more prepared. But I'm potty training twins, and so life is out of control in my world. So we have a 5 match, which is always nice to get. Why don't we do that? We'll take the 5. And then we have another 5 match, which we're not going to take. But we've already... So we've broken... We broke 5 of those. So now our gems, our yellow gems, are up to 20,600. They started at 15 something, I believe. So 20,600, which is good. And then what I like to do, since we're going to make a whole bunch of yellow, is I want to make as many... I want to break at least 4 green gems to help load this again, but also to set the plate off with the sub itself. And then what I'll do is I'll use the yellows to do other stuff. So I usually like to make a line here, so that drops, make a line here, so this one drops, so I get a 5 match coming down to do even more fun stuff. I'm going to hit this for the damage, because we're going to make at least enough gems to make this work. So we will hit those 2, we will hit these 3, and he makes, this is the other thing with Ezekiel, he makes a lot of gems, so we need to make sure that we don't lose our sub completely. We'll put 1 there and 1 there. We'll take that one away. There we go. So we did a whole bunch of damage that way. Hey, somebody, what's happening? Welcome on in. You got your first 6 bronze for feud. Awesome. Who did you take? Who did you get? So the green gem is not the one we're looking for. All right, so yellow gem boosted up again. So now we're at 30,000 for each one. He gives us a little hit. So we have, I guess another way to try to play this is to try to leave more of these immobiles on the board, or do we take the yellow gem damage and try to completely kill it, right? Striker Andre. Oh, well, if you got Striker Andre, somebody, you know, hot damn. Congratulations. That is a fantastic card. We'll put these down there, and we'll try to make some green matches. Since our sub is already built up, let's see if we can leave more yellows and do some more damage that way. Okay, so we want to take those. We want to take that and that. We'll put this back here. Put this back here. 1, 2. Oh yeah, you got Striker Andre, but not 6-star. But you put Lawler 6. I got Lawler 6-star bronze. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Lawler 6-star bronze is pretty awesome. He does some good work when you're still trying to get some good 6-star bronzes out there. All right, nice big cascade, and so that does 500,000. We're taking no damage. You don't have Striker Andre. Okay, so you're trolling me. I appreciate the troll though. And so there we go. So that's going to make our 4 match again. We can do that for fun. No? We already have that one. All right, we can do... Nope. We can do 1, 2, 3. We can do those for funsies. What's happening, Firm? How you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome to class. I forgot. We can slow this down so it doesn't go too fast for y'all. I always forget to change that back and forth. All right, so now we're up to 40,000, and I think it's just because I'm 5-star gold. If he was higher, it would be going up a lot more. I'm doing well. My kids didn't pee on me today, but they did pee all over the Karaba's floor. So it's been a day, that's for sure. I'll take these 2, and that'll wipe out that row. I'll put 1 there. We'll put 1 there. Then we'll take those 2. We'll put 1 there. We'll put 1 there. Actually, that's going to make 2 row breaks. We don't want to do that. We'll put 1 up here. So it's a combination of, you know, do we want the sub to actually do sub damage or not? Or do we want to put them down, keep as many of them as possible, and then try to leech them afterwards? So, I don't know. What did y'all think so far? Is there a better way to play him? Or more things? back and beat this node at some point. My my Hall of Fame Sheik is not very high, so it's going to be an interesting fight tonight, at least for me. I'm not sure if y'all have beaten it and beaten all the tours yet, but I do have to come back and defeat that one. I don't know.
Chip, you know what?
You just made the list.
Oh, no.
Patrick A. Moore, you just made the list. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Wow, that just took off like an explosion of heart emojis and even covered up. I tried to turn that down. Apparently, I must have turned it up. But you just made the list. Thanks, Patrick A. Moore. Welcome on in. So what do we think so far of Ezekiel and what he can do? At least at 5-star, with that took three sub rounds to win a 5-star gold. It's not doing as much damage as I thought he might do. But I think we probably have to like YOLO him up and take him to the next level. Do I have enough to take him? I do, and everybody in Haven is going to be so mad that I didn't take him up earlier today as we were making a run for things. But I wasn't expecting to take him up, so if y'all want me to take him up, let me know. But otherwise, we can go up against some 5-star golds. Some 6-stars and sort of see what we think. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think I should change around some of the trainers? Is there someone that I'm missing? I better hope he's not in here. He's gonna roast me for sure. If I don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him that I that I did that. that I didn't take up everybody possible to actually get to where we needed to be. But I did my best. I did a whole bunch of evolves before I left, man. Before I left and watched my kids pee on the floor of a Carrabba's. I don't want to lose the stream. There we go. Don't lose the stream. Keep the stream going. Is the ticket of the game. So, what if we don't get more sub damage? What if we wanted to do something else with this? What if we wanted to do? I think sub damage is probably our best bet unless we try to get more yellow gem damage. All right, so we could put on Vision Seth. We can get more leech. Gems will do more damage. They won't leech more, but the gems themselves will do 25% more damage. Speaking of people I evolved today, for those that were wondering, I did take up... where is he? Did I not use him? There he goes. All right, so I took this one up earlier today. So I took Braun Strowman, so now he does 25% more damage for me. So I took him 5 bronze to 5 gold. All right, you happy, Near? So that way you can tell liability that I actually did my part somewhat. So we can add more gem damage there. Maybe we can move out Santa Hogan and do... No, I don't want to put him on. We'll put some more gem damage. We don't need more countdown gems. Do I have the yellow flat gem damage? No, I don't think so. Thank you, M-Dog. I would hope that both of them would be very proud of me for doing what I could. I took up a lot of scrubs today. I mean, let me just look at my list of scrubs that I took up for that faction event so y'all could appreciate what I did in case anybody comes looking for me and says that I didn't do my part for the faction. I took Big Boss Man to 5-star silver. I took Striker Austin to 4 bronze. I already took Braun, which I told you about. I took NXT Roman to 3-star gold. I took NXT Seth to 4-star bronze. Yeah, HBK, I'm not thrilled about that either, that they've done that. And who else did I took? I took Gold Dust up to 3-star gold. I took Ric Flair, the striker, went up to 3-star gold. So I took a lot of real big scrubs as well. Yeah, we did firm. We went hard as a faction, and I knew I wasn't going to be around to do it, so I did all of mine early to help where I could to help everybody out. Let's try these ones and see if they make a difference. If we can try to get as much gem damage on the board as possible. But now that you've mentioned the coin event, I didn't even check today. Again, I haven't really been online. I had to sell a ton of straps just to get the strap parts to unlock Ezekiel right there. So that was fun. As you can see, I have exploded in TP. I've used over 1 million points, so almost 2.5 times what you need to. So crazy. Almost 50 million now for the coin events. Wow. So we're going to be spending more. But you know what? Like this, yeah, so this has actually gone up because this is where it was last month. The last MLC was about 35 million. So all they've done basically is they've just added another 25%. Essentially. Well, it's actually be, right? 13, 26, 39. So they basically added like 28, 29% on top of that, because I guess what they realized is that lots of people spend over this. In fact, they spend over it by 20-something% on a weekly basis. And I know that as I've started streaming, I spend close to 50 million a week. Especially because lots of times when I do videos, I need to get people up higher. And so that's the name of the game, right? So yeah, Bills Mafia, I think with less weeks, that would definitely be something that might play into it, right? I think that's something that might have had them, that might have played into it. But I think lots of times, this is something that Merrick says all the time, and I agree with it 100%, right? Like, we set the prices a lot of the times when it comes to, like, when we don't buy things in the loot, they change the loot, so that way we will buy it. So we sort of set the prices within that. And we also set the limits on these as well, too, in many cases, right? So if people spend a lot less than voice their opinions in productive ways on the different forums that they have, they will listen to that as well, too, right? The last thing, they obviously don't want everybody to leave the game, but they also want to make sure that it doesn't become too easy, right? So that's like, that's the problem with it. Yeah, Marco, I'm a little disappointed myself with how Ezekiel ran on that one. I'm sure that with I think where Ezekiel might be better, and as I said, I don't have all the guys to do it with him. Let's check out the Rock. I think we can do this one with Ezekiel. Who do I have to win with this one? I do not have you high enough, so that's not going to happen this week. There's a lot faster text in reality for sure. Like that's 100% feud wise. He does have a purple gem boost as well, so he's going to be important for boss battles when there's purple. And he's going to be important for boss battles whenever there is immobile gem damage, especially because his immobile gems are like 100 and I think it's 150k. I'd have to check when this is maxed out here. So you can imagine 6,000 or 2,000% added on top of each, for each immobile gem, and you're placing 10 of those on the board wherever you want. And then so like he's going to be able to do really good in a boss battle, I think. The question is, how do we get him to be feud amazing? And I'm not sure we'll be able to. Let's try him out against a 6-star bronze. Let's see if we can make the Rock tap. And the other thing is, it might be just what I'm using here, right? It might be that for this type of a build, after this one, if we're still underwhelmed, then we'll change this all to Fury 2, so that way we still have the gem defense, but we'll put 80% more gem damage on there, And if you have a big gem damage strap, that'll also help. And we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, Marco, I'm with you, right? Like I think that's part of the brilliance of it as well too, is that we check it all out on stream, we try it out here, and then I can make a video afterwards for those that can't make it. But I might also be just playing him completely incorrectly, and that's also possible. So if y'all see me doing something not the smartest, or if you want me to try something different, then I am all ears. So to get this sub going, we would need, I guess, 2-3 matches would be ideal. Although because I have perks, I don't need 2-3 matches. And I didn't take that right there. So actually we'll take those two, and then we're going to create a line right there. Oh, and I cascaded. I didn't see that. That wasn't smart. That's okay. We'll get rid of his gems as best we can. All right. So that hits for 162. So it might not be his Z plate went off. Okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this might be one of those cases. What's happening, Zandal? How you doing? Where I'm just going to keep one of those on the board. All right, we're going to get most of his countdown gems off. We're trying out Ezekiel with the new Triple H plate. We're going to see how we like it. Yeah, I figured as my faction bro coach reminded me earlier today that I was very it was very ballsy of me to try to go on the same time as the Oscars. But I understand if you want to watch the Oscars, then you can stream me later, or you can watch the video later. I always upload the videos afterwards to YouTube in case you miss it, if you wanted to watch it again or anything like that. Yeah, so yeah, basically it's the plate, unless you want to take one of those other add also sections. Yeah, there's a lot. It's Selection Sunday, right? Yeah. So there's the NCAA going on. So there's lots of stuff going on that you don't need me, but I do Sunday nights anyways. So this is usually what I'm after. All right. So we need to make one. I didn't make enough green last time because he dropped. I cascaded last time out. So the other thing you can do is that if they make big hits and you have a lot of pin bar, then it might be in your best interest to just create a lot of. The boss battle for me went well. I didn't have enough of the CSS to actually max out the solo. I did get, I think, to the second to last solo. So for me, that was good enough. I got all the rewards I needed, and I was able to get the Triple H plate, so I think that was great. The faction figured out how to work. I actually did not agonize at all about the Prizewall. I knew exactly what I was getting from the hop. So we're going to take that. We're going to take that. We're going to do some yellow damage here, and we're going to drop some of these on the board. We'll take that one as well, too. All right. Yeah, the Prizewall, I think, is really easy to decide. Especially because he took out all our gems. If you have Andre or if you have Anvil, it's worth possibly if you're willing to take them up. If you're not willing to take them up, then I'm not sure it's worth your time to do so. And this plate definitely does some good on Hall of Fame HBK. So I think I started my story earlier and then never finished it. But my buddy Psych Out was able to hit for about 3.7 million turn one with HBK Hall of Fame with the Triple H plate, and then on turn two it would stack. So it's probably going to hit for close to 6 million on the second turn. So if you're okay with a second turn type of win, that's going to take that, and it's going to take the greens. Awesome. We'll put one down there, one down there. So I'm trying to get as much yellow gem damage as possible, and the only way to get the yellow gem damage is to do it on the subs. Yeah, that's one of the other reasons as well too, Bills Mafia, is that like while I think Andre's going to be amazing for a while, I'm not sure how great Brett's going to be over time. I think Anvil will still have use for a long time. But that plate will last forever, and Scopely likes to go in circles when it comes to characters. So 1 month they're going to bring out all characters with one or two of the same color, and then the next month it's all of characters of one or two of the same color, and they flip-flop back and forth. And so I find myself constantly short on TP, but that what I'm constantly short of rotates. So right now it's purple and red, but 2 months ago it was yellow and green, and 2 months before that it was black and blue. And so I end up going in cycles of like whichever two I have to build up people in. So what am I making here? I'm making green gems that we are going to then destroy with yellow when we put the sub down. So I'm trying to make as many cascades as possible. I'm trying to boost the yellow gems. So our yellow gems are up to 60,000 right now. And so I think being at 6-star, we would actually see a much bigger difference with this. That's the only other problem, is that you have to make enough gems to put some damage with the yellow to make the plate sort of worthwhile for you. But you also want to leave gems on the board so that way you have, when this is all done, these immobile gems that you can turn into. So now we're up to 71,000, so that you can turn them into these leech gems of 160k. So as you can see, at 5-star gold, I'm taking 0 damage. We're slowly bleeding out the rock, but I think this is the 4th time through that we've been doing this. But each time through, it's stacking, but it's not stacking, I'm sure, as fast as all of y'all or myself would like it to. So we just gotta continue to play smart. So I guess in a boss battle, maybe I'll put it that way. In a boss battle where you're trying to stack damage and you have extra turns that you're going through, then this might be an interesting build for you. The plate might actually work pretty nicely for you. I'm not sure this is something that is going to be so fast that everyone's just dying to have him in feud. I don't think it makes him that much better, at least not yet. That one took off. Okay, so that one took off almost 4 million this time through. We are not using green. I keep doing that. And so now we're up to 80,000 for each gem. So each rotation through is going so faster, right? So we're getting more and more damage each through. So at 6, it's going to make a big difference. Yeah, I never get what I want either, Marco, in the bags. So that's 100% true. But we're not taking any damage. He's not getting any moves or anything off against us. So I think the difference then is not having Fury 2s on him right now. I think that's a big difference that I think we should probably, actually, you know what? We have an entire pin bar to work with, so let's make some damage with this. And we can do that. And we are going to make some yellows. We're going to make some damage. It's not always what you want to hear, but that's...
You know what? You just made the list!
Oklahoma Thunder, you just made the list. And there is supposed to be a video there, but all we're getting is the super hearts emojis. I'm going to have to change that. As always, I'm not the most tech savvy, but I'm doing my best, I promise. I'm doing my best. So we'll change that so that the list comes back to us. But thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. All right, cool, Marco. We'll be here. So damage reduced. He's hitting me for 3 a turn, so he's not hitting me much of anything. We're now at 100,000. So you can see what I mean. It's continuing to grow, but it's not his base color. So even at 6-star, it's not going to be like 20. Bills Mafia, take it easy. Take her easy. Have a good night. Yeah, check it out later here on Twitch, or check it out on YouTube. I'll upload it in the morning. I'll probably upload some of this as well. Yeah, Oklahoma Thunder, acknowledge me. Maybe that should be one of the things I should put up here when people either subscribe or if they cheer. We can acknowledge you as you cheer. That's definitely something I'm going to put in soon. Derek, what's happening? The boss battle is my favorite mode in the game right now, but I can understand that like it could be like disastrous, right? Like it has the ability to like really make or break your weekend, but I also find the same to be true of feuds. So I find feuds to be very much hit or miss, right? So, but I'm not someone that likes feuding really at all. So I just find it to be a lot of time spent for not as much enjoyment in the game. And now that I have kids, I got a lot of other things that I need to do in life. And so feuding on a weekend means that I get like the first few hours, because I'm on Eastern Standard Time, I get the first few hours at night until I really just essentially pass out feuding. And then the next day I'm taking care of kids until they go for a nap. So I might get 6 or 8 hours of feuding in a weekend. And that's just where my life is. All right, so he's basically dead, so we can end this match right now. We'll just... So not the fastest, that's for sure. And I think we know why. We don't have a ton of gem damage on him right now, so that's one thing that's not in our favor. And we're trying to do too much damage with the yellow gems that way. Thoughts? What do y'all think? Did I lose everybody to the Oscars and to and to going to the other the NCAA and things like that? I was hoping not to take up Ezekiel because I'm kind of short on purple, but I would do it for y'all if you actually wanted to see it up that high. You went strap parts in the 20k TP. Yeah, you know what? Like 20,000 TP is amazing. Like when you think about like just how amazing this Prizewall actually is, you know, like I know a lot of people like to really give it to Scopely, but this Prizewall was completely free. Everybody had a chance to get in it. Everybody had a chance to get this moment right here. Everybody had a chance to get that, like I had right here. You said strap parts, awesome. So HBK, as you saw right there, anytime, because I wanted to make sure that we highlight that I somehow always say strap on with either parts or the strap itself in every stream that I do unintentionally, except for this time when I did it intentionally. That when someone types that in their strap or parts, then it's going to come up with that little emoji there. Oh, it's Kane. Oh, nice, Derek. I would love to see a documentary like that on Kane. I remember seeing the promotions for that recently. So that would be really cool to definitely see. So strap parts, amazing. 100,000 of them. I just spent 100,000 of them unlocking Ezekiel's belt for y'all to see this tonight. So I did that for the stream. So I spent a lot just to get that going. And then 20,000 TP, even if it's evenly distributed amongst all 6 colors, 3,000 TP of every color, that's an awesome prize for the boss battle. So I'm with you, Derek. The boss battle wasn't easy. It turned out to be the KO boss, basically. Like if you had KO and a level 10 freeze, and I was incorrect in how I read it. I read it as the previous way that it goes. M-Dog, you got the medallion and the 20 TP. So you got an extra one. You got an extra medallion. You got 5 instead of 4. Nice. Congrats, bro. I read the boss incorrectly because in previous boss battles, where is it? Does it show or is it gone? Oh, it's not showing anymore. Okay. Yeah, because we finished it. But in previous bosses, when it said 3+ turns, that meant on the third turn. You got all 8 of them? Awesome. That's amazing. I'm actually really jealous. I would have loved to get a whole bunch of more stuff. You got 7 altogether? Dang, that's pretty freaking awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm going to tell you that I'm jealous and that I hate you, but I'm glad that we're friends. That's probably the best compliment I can give right now for that. So I think where Ezekiel's going to be really good with this with this type of strap on him is using the drift away here as well. As you see, we didn't take any damage, which was really good, and I think at the next level up he would do really well. So let's see if we can do some more damage than what we've been doing. Okay, so I'm gonna waste probably 120,000. Actually, I have one right here. Okay, let's just put straight up Fury 2s on. Let's just waste a whole bunch of metal bits. Doing it for the stream, yo. Anyone have yellow? Yellow. If I take it off another one of my players, then it costs me like 30. But this way it won't. Did it. There it is. I didn't even notice that I said it. See? Once without even trying. Always. So I hope you appreciate that, HBK. I put that in there, that emote in there for you, because you always catch me when I say that. Yellow move, yellow gem, purple move, purple. Okay, neither of those are going to help me right now. 10K. Okay, so good. I'm not wasting all of. I'm glad you approve. I don't want to waste all of my strap parts on this, but we can. All right, I didn't have to take it off of anybody, but I wanted to get even more gem damage. Okay, so I'm going to take one off of somebody that has it. Let's see how much damage we can do. What do you have? Black, red, green, move. You're 26, you're 28. You're probably the highest one that we have. Okay, so let's get as much damage on here as we can. All right, so we are going to put 108% more damage on. Leo, The Rock, what's happening, bro? I'm doing well tonight. How you doing? So we got the 40 there. We got the 28 from here. So we have 108% more damage. Let's see how much more damage this will do. We're trying out Ezekiel. For those that have just walked in and wondering why I'm working up on Ezekiel, is that I took this from the Prizewall. I took the Hunter's Medallion, and I'm trying it out on Ezekiel, and then I have some ideas about whom we can also use this on as well. So let's get back to that. Unless you want me to open up my loot gems as sort of an interlude as we continue to defeat people this evening. Everyone's beaten all of their bosses and other things. Everyone's beaten all of their tours. After I'm done with Ezekiel, I can help out with those as well. We'll go against the 4-star gold, or 5-star gold, so it doesn't take forever again. Ezekiel's one of the people I was planning on taking up to 6-star at some point. So what I think I'll do, since I'm going to have him with this plate on for a while, so that way it's the best of.
You know what?
You just made the list. H. Watley. Thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. Welcome to class. I appreciate the follow. I apologize for all the heart emojis coming through. There's actually not supposed to be that many. I'll get this technology thing. So where are we now? So now that we've changed that, so we're starting with 17K to begin with our yellow gems. So as I was saying, next week, as we have a feud, I assume, coming up. Hey, yeah. Glad you came in. Glad. Always liked having new faces in class. So right now I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's the 3 times that I focus on. And if a Friday comes available, then I might stream on a Friday night. But usually the WWE channel does Thursday nights and their reveals, and so people are over there getting the reveal, going for some free giveaways and stuff like that. So me trying to compete with the official stream is not going to happen. So I don't stream Thursdays. Saturdays is usually it's a boss battle. It's going to be a showdown eventually. It's going to be feuds and stuff like that. So not sure how many would watch as I'm doing all of those things. So I decided not to do a Saturday night thing as well. So those are the 3 days I've picked so far that I think are going to work out the best. But if something else comes available, then I'll do it. And to answer your second question, I am in the Haven. So I'm part of the Haven faction. So I'm up there. I can show you my stuff, my roster and stuff afterwards if you want to see. I woke up some minutes ago. Oh man, you are here, Leo. All right. Well, you saw the notification. I'm glad that we caught you. That's the other thing, right? So doing it late at night, I do it because when does Showdown go live? As far as I know, it's going live on the 16th. I think they said they were going to try to bring it back. But that, of course, is subject to change, and as long as everything else goes well. But I think they said they wanted to bring it back. I'm assuming that they're going to try like a soft rollout in this next week or week and a half, and then we'd have like a Showdown tournament the following weekend. So if I had to guess, it would be a feud this weekend and then a Showdown the following weekend. All right, so let's see if we're going to break some of these. We need 2 to be broken. Actually, that makes no sense. This makes more sense. Then we can get the line break that we want to do and buff it twice per turn. I think that's the secret, right? So we've hit it once, it now buffs. So now we're at 26,000. So it's going to hit a lot harder this time around than it did last time. But I think we're still going to have a similar problem. And then once we do this, we'll get it to buff again. We'll put one there. We'll put one there. And we'll try to save. We'll try to save more of these than we did last time, so we can drain more damage down. Because up to a certain point, I think that might be where we're having the problem, is that up to a certain point, we get more damage. Maybe that's how, maybe it is. I think I had an epiphany, or if any of you have seen the movie Hook, back in the day, the Peter Pan movie in The Hook, where it's not Hook himself, but it's the guy with Hook, and I can't think of his name, but he gets an idea and he says, I think I had an apostrophe, and that's what I just thought of right now. I think I had an apostrophe or an epiphany, that you want to keep as many of these on the board as possible, turn them into these types of leech gems. So as you can see, now we're doing 39,000, plus we're going to steal 160,000. So I think that's the goal, is to do less. Maybe that's how I'm playing him incorrectly. You need to do less damage with the yellow gems in the sub, but break the yellow gems that you can leave these on. So that's, now we're cooking with gas. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so let's do this again. So let's make a whole bunch of greens that we can then buff this up again. Oh, I did not want to do that. That's okay. And now what we'll do is we'll try to make some more damage. Let's do that, and we'll row break this down here. So now, yeah, so we want to like break as many of these as possible and see what damage we can do. That was a little bit better. So that got us 1 million damage plus. Okay. That's what we got to do. Okay, so now this is making a little bit more sense to me about what we need to do. It doesn't look the same way? No, it definitely will not look the same way. However, Twitch does the emoticon. So however you put it in on your on there is going to come out a little bit differently on the chat board for sure. So if the smiley face and laughing face don't come up the same, it'll definitely, yeah, I can totally appreciate that. So I'm going to continue to add cool stuff for bits and cheers as the days go on. So we need one match. We need to make some more of these. All right. It's going to take a lot more thinking than I usually like with a character. So, oh, your phone is Google Keyboard. Okay. All right. So our goal is to break 4 so we continue to buff the yellow. We want to break all of these so we get the extra damage that comes with it, and then we want to leave as many on the game board as possible. So if I take that one and that one and that one and that one, okay. I think that might be the ticket. So this is going to win the match right here. So that's going to just drain him of all of his life. It's just going to leech him out, and he's going to be dead with 1 sub-turn. Okay. So that took off the remainder of his life. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Did I explain that well enough? I think I had an apostrophe, and now it all makes sense. At least for me. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to that. Okay, so next weekend, it'll probably be next Sunday after the feud, I'm going to take Ezekiel up 6-star. I'm going to level up his moves this week. That'll be one of my goals when everything goes live. And then when we come back together again next week, I'll have a 6-star Ezekiel. I'll have the immobile gem ready to go at 6-star. And that way we can see what he can do at that point. If it gets better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I think for at least for the game itself, it'd probably be better to wait the week, at least for me. If that's okay with y'all, unless you're like all dying to see him at 6-star tonight, maybe leave some intrigue for next week. Stream during feuds. Yeah, there's definitely in terms of big dogs. I'll do my pulls in a second. I have a nice roster. It's at 4.34 million. So I'm not going to say that I don't have a nice roster. I do. I have 21 6-star bronze characters.
You know what?
You just made the list. Bolo Steel, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome into class. Welcome. You are on the list. You are on the attendance roster, to use more professional things that I do as an actual professor. So there are others who obviously have bigger and better rosters than I do, but and who actually work a lot faster than I do. But I would happily show do it during a feud, but it depends on like what hours I could actually get on to do a feud. We'll talk more about which of these can use this other plate as well too in a second. But I am going to record some videos so y'all can be in on my YouTube videos. We're going to do a recording. We're going to open up one, then we'll open up the other. And hopefully I'm going to do this correctly. So I'm going to try to record it through OBS Studios right here. And I'm going to hope that it goes correctly. And then I can just add my intro music afterwards because I'm not as advanced at using OBS at the moment. And if it doesn't work, then I will just cut this stream and put it in. But either way, y'all are going to be YouTube famous. So let's see. All right. So I guess the question of the day then is which one do I open first? Do I open the giant or do I open up the kickoff loot? Which one are we opening? We're going kickoff. Okay, one vote for kickoff. What do we say? Anyone else? It's kickoff's even the one. HBK's got a vote. He gets maybe 2 votes because he's subbed the channel. So anyone? Bueller. Sounds like we're going kickoff. All right, Bolo says kickoff. All right, looks like we're gonna go kickoff. Cool. All right, so let's do a recording right here. Class is in session. The professor is in. Oh, it didn't work. Failed to do the video. Oh, failed to start video. Okay, well, let's try it again. So we got 3 kickoff and 2 Andre, or 1 Andre. Let's try this again. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Let's try it. All right, here we go. Start recording. Nope. Operation not permitted. All right, well, I'm going to have to figure this out later. All right, but I'll cut it at this point, and we'll keep going. Class is in session. The professor is in. What's happening, y'all? Today, I'm going to be opening up my WrestleMania Goes Hollywood kickoff loot. I have saved, as you can see, all of my coins from the Backstage Pass, which I think has actually gotten much better than in previous MLCs. I'm a fan of this Backstage Pass. So I now have 7 loot coins, which I've never had before from a Backstage Pass. And so I've saved them all week, and like a kid on Christmas morning waiting by the tree, looking for things to open and not being allowed to, I'm now finally allowed to open my presents. So, fingers crossed, big bucks, no whammies. Let's see what we get. Here we go. All right, we'll do the corner taps. Well, that's not what I was hoping for. Give me Andre. Well, Andre's not in this loot. Give me Dakota. More of his shards that I didn't need. All right, we're going to tap the center. Here we go. Big taps, big taps. Well, I got more Batista shards after I beat his tour already. Let's see. What if we tap the skill plates? Come on, skill plates. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the one. This is the one. Nope. It is not. Got me the ring general. We only got 3 left. We can do this. In the corners. I'm starting to get depressed, y'all. Not gonna lie. Super Stacy, that one will come in handy. I don't have her. All right, here's my mega. Here's my mega. Not my mega. Here's my rare card. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Gimme. And it's Ultimate Warrior. But it's a fuse of Ultimate Warrior. And that was my guaranteed. Thanks for watching, y'all. I promise that I will hopefully open up more loot that is more exciting than what I just received. All right, y'all, one down. Let's try it again. Here's the one with 1 guaranteed, very rare. All right. Class is in session. The professor is in, and I think it's recess time. And at recess, at least when I was a kid, I used to bring packs of cards with me. Baseball cards or even wrestling cards. I remember as a kid bringing them to school, opening them up at recess to show the kids, and we would open them up together with my friends, chew some rock hard bubble gum, and enjoy the recess hour. So it's recess time. About to open up a pack of posters, and we're going to see what I'm going to get from this Andre loot. So here we go. Ready? It's time to open up the pack. You are YouTube famous, HBK. You are in the stream. Here's the one. Let's go. Give me that Andre. I'm not going to touch anything this time. I think we're just going to let it go. All right, come on. 3-star of the devil's favorite demon. I forgot he was in this game. It's been so long. And just like a pack of cards, you're always going to get doubles of somebody and triples of somebody. I already have so many of Roman Shield. Do you want him? I'll trade you. An MVP. Give me Andre. I've been really good. All right, I said I wasn't going to touch anything, but we're going to go corners, and we're going to spam the middle. Give me 4. More edge. Maybe I shouldn't have touched anything. Oh, this looks promising. Nope, that is not promising at all. It is a fuse, though. So that's going to come in handy at flash feuds when I'm dying to bring up that brute. Another fuse. All right, here's my very rare. Here we go. This is the one. An HBK showstopper. And that was my guaranteed. All right, sometimes you get nothing but doubles. And that's what I got today. Thanks, y'all, for watching. We'll see y'all soon. Well, that was a huge disappointment. I don't know how y'all feel, but I think that's what we get, right? We open up these packs and we don't get them all the time. So I guess the only way I could put it is it is what it is, right? So anyways, welcome in those that have come in recently. I know I haven't welcomed everybody in at all times. I get to talking and going in all sorts of directions. So what do y'all want to go over with this today? I know some of you had questions about who else we can put this plate on. Is a good question. So for those that have just come in and don't know, if you're going onto the Prizewall to pick up something from our really awesome Prizewall, like I hats off to Scopely for allowing everybody an opportunity to get everything on this Prizewall. And if you're lucky, like my bro M-Dog, who was able to get everything and more, he was able to get more than 4 tokens. You can get multiple things on here. And if neither of these things tickle your fancy, then you can get 20,000 TP, right? You can get 100,000 of these awesome strap parts, which are like gold. You can get resource bundles. You can get more Legends Era straps. Like, all of these things are valuable in their own right. And so getting 20,000 TP, like, it was hard for me not to, but I know that this plate, because it's rare and new, it would be something that y'all would want to see. So that's why I decided to go for that. So now it's a time to take a look at sort of who we can use it on, and then we can try to get ourselves ready for next week. I'll make sure that Ezekiel's ready. We'll try him out at 6-star again next week. I think there's like, you bought the champion bundle. Nice, somebody. Let me know, and you don't regret it. Hey, there you go. When you get something that it works for you and you feel like you're getting good value for it, then I'm with you. Take what you can. For those that don't know, I won this Brutus on Davies' stream when he did the Brutus showcase, and then him and Merrick's, they've had their battle over him and Showboat Mankind about who can take longer to defeat each other, because Brutus is certainly not fast. But this is a card that would actually benefit from that Triple H plate, because it's unfortunately random yellow gems. But at the end of this Juggernaut gem right here, he makes a whole bunch of heal gems into green gems that would set off the plate. They would then put this down again, create a whole bunch more heals. So you'd never die, but would it take less than 30 minutes to beat anybody at 6-star? He just has so much health, and he would just continue to heal himself. It would be interesting. I'm not ready to put it on him yet. For those of you that don't have a Z plate and don't have an All Hearts plate, which are necessary to take guys like Snoop Dogg up, putting on that plate, as you can see, I don't have an All Hearts on my Snoop Dogg, but putting one on here, putting the new Triple H plate is an option as well too. You can destroy yellow gems. This creates green gems, and that at the end of it, they turn into multiples of strength 3. So you would be able to destroy a whole bunch of gems afterwards. So that would trigger the plate. So for Hall of Fame Snoop, the order of which plates would be good on him is drip plate is the number one on him. I would say the All Hearts plate is going to be better because it buffs green gems. And he's going to do more damage with green gems because this turns green gems into multiples of 3. So All Hearts is going to be better. Where this could be, where the Triple H one can be useful is that when you hit the finisher then you can destroy yellow gems to reload this, which is what you would usually do normally. You would try to create as many yellow gems as possible. But those yellow gems then are going to have extra damage on them. So you'll win quicker. But is it overall better? And that's debatable. I don't think there's anything else here with that. So I'm not going to put it on Snoop. However, if you don't have an All Hearts or a drip plate and you're looking for one to put on him, it will add extra damage. But how many yellows are you actually going to destroy is the question. So that's really the kicker. And so for me, since I don't put that on there, I put on the Shock the System because I am destroying green gems, and then he will create yellow gems from black at the end of the turn, and that helps me to recycle his yellow moves. So I would put this up there with the Triple H plate, with the Hunter's medallion. I would put them sort of like as a tie for 3. So I hope that answers the question with that, right? So I'm not saying that the Hunter's medallion is going to be what puts Snoop over the top. It's the drip plate that does that. I'm also not saying that it's better than the All Hearts if you have the All Hearts on him already. What I am saying is if you have none of these and you get that and you want to put it on Snoop, it will help, but it won't be game changing. What I'm trying to do is to give you guys options of people you can put it on if you were so inclined. I hope that makes that, I guess, a little bit clearer of people that can use it. Speaking of other people that can use it, is Z-Dom, right? Is it coming through now?
Chip, you know what?
You just made the list. Did that not work for... I hope that worked for everybody. It didn't really work on my computer. But Elvin, Adam Bender, welcome. You just made the list. You're on the class roll. Appreciate the follow. And let me know if you have any questions. So, again, if you don't have a Z plate or an All Hearts plate, and I think that's where this plate sort of comes in, you can create yellow gems like this to refill, right? So if you don't have Z-Ray, for example, as a way to do this, here's a way to create yellow gem damage as well. He's going to leave strength 3 on the boards if these greens are going to hopefully cascade, and then that's going to trigger the plate. The 1x7 is going to reload these. It's also going to then give you some extra damage on the yellow gems. How much damage is it going to give you? Well, each time it goes through, it's going to go from 11,000 to 22,000. So again, it's not earth-shattering in that effect. But if you have some multiples left on the board that the 1x7 can hit, it's going to help, especially if you have the moment. So the moment, if you have it for showdowns or feuds, it's going to add multiply gem strength as well. Still not the best plate to put on him. There are still better plates and better ways to run him. But everybody has him. Everybody was given him for free and the zombie event. So if you have him, if you've worked him up and you can't find a way to make him sort of useful in that, that's one way to do it. But I wouldn't expect $8-10 million hits. I think you're going to be in the $3.5 to $4 million maybe 4.5 million a turn range. Still, like it's not going to change that. But I'm just trying to give options of people that you can throw it on that will at least do some damage. Maybe not the damage that we're all hoping for. Who else? I should probably check my list of people that I've made, because that is what smart professionals do. So give me 1 second. Let me get onto here. Who did I make? Okay. So next we'll go to the women's section in here. Charlotte Flair might be an interesting one. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Alvin. I appreciate the compliment. I've been actually really quite shocked about how my YouTube channel is going. You know, I started making videos and people started liking it, and apparently I guess I'm doing something right. And so I've been really trying to work those up to be high quality, and I spend a lot of time editing late into the night. So I'm glad it's nice to have you here on Twitch as well too. So I was asked to start doing some Twitch streams to help out so I can explain stuff more. So yeah, I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you're here. So appreciate you dropping in. Appreciate the compliment. So yeah, so this is the thing with the plate. So I want to I guess get this out there. There's a couple people that can actually use it and use it effectively and make them better. And so I'll go over those as we're going through these players. This plate is in many ways going to be like how the Z plate and the All Hearts plate is that each new character that comes out with green and yellow gems are going to be a contender for this. And we don't have a lot of those in the game. So this is going to be something that's going to work for those types of characters. And I'm not sure if this is on purpose or if this is just the way the game has gone, but green and yellow tend not to be matched up a lot. And like I searched everybody on my roster to see about green and yellow, and just to see sort of who was out there. I didn't get much into those that I don't have, but that's where we're at with it, right? So more will be coming out, I would assume, of green to use yellow to make this plate, I think, more viable to more people. But for now, it still has some viability for a lot of people. So I think Charlotte had a move set at 6-star. Yeah, so multiply gems are going to turn into yellow gems with the power bomb, and then you would use this would destroy. You wanted to make them random gems into yellow, and then I was trying to think of where we got the greens from was my question with her. But I know there's a couple of ways that you could probably put this together. You can do it with the blue move set, but you want to stick with greens and yellows. So you can make multiply gems. You can destroy, put these on greens, destroy the greens, and then you can create a bunch of yellow and do some damage. Like this one, create the multiplies into yellows rather than this one right here. So I would use the 6-star instead of the sphere. So if you have Charlotte and all 4 of her very expensive gears, or all 3 of her gears that you can get in the faction shop, she has that boost to yellow gems. Multiply gems are going to do more. All her moves are going to start with more. I know that Goldie swears by Charlotte at 6-star as an amazing character with all of the gears. So I'm going to trust her expertise because she's very knowledgeable. This might be a possibility of a plate to put on Charlotte. It would be a little bit difficult to work with because she is an older character in the game, and they made a lot more of destroy certain types of gems and make random gems for these types of characters way back at the beginning of the game, especially because she's one of the first female wrestlers that we had in the game. So that would be one. I also looked into Molly Holly, and I thought this would be an interesting character as well to put in. If you have her gear doing a whole bunch more submission gem damage, which I don't have. But basically, green submission makes yellow gems, yellow submission makes green gems. So make the sub, next turn you get extra damage for the yellow gems that are there. So is she still going to be sub-dependent and slower in that capacity? Yes, but you are going to start buffing these yellow gems as you go. The other way to do this, this makes yellow gems. Sorry, this makes snowfall gems. And then these would swap into purple. And so I wasn't quite impressed with this as a setup because we lose that green ability to make stuff. But if you have Molly and you have the sub, then you're obviously running the sub build for her, and then the final piece right here. So you can put the reversal on there in case you take any damage or you get pinned, or you can add a different move into there if you wanted to put this so you can reload the green as well as get the sub plate to go off, or to get the hunter plate to go off, or you just run the finisher and you just take as much damage as you can and then you just reload. What's interesting about this build is kind of like what we saw with Ezekiel, is that since we're not taking any swipes, then it just is going to keep on stacking. So that's what I thought was interesting for Molly. But I think without the gear, I'd be hesitant to put it on her. That would just be one of my takes, at least for that. I feel like there was another female character that would be interesting to use it on. Was it Becky? I think she just destroyed too many random gems. None of them actually made green. Yeah, she just destroys random areas. It's too bad because a lot of the older female characters that are showboats don't have yellow and green moves being matched together was a lot more rare than I thought it was actually going to be. But alas, I didn't want to go all the way back. My apologies. Let's get back into there. So we saw Ezekiel. We'll go class. This might make it easier for me to scroll on through. What's interesting that I found is that Santa Hogan. Santa Hogan would be an interesting one to do too, because he will make. Does he have a choose, or does he have a make a green? Random gems. You'd have to find a way to destroy green gems, but he does have a gem buff as well. That's a yellow move, and then you'd be able to create yellow gems, and you can choose yellow gems with the red as well too. So you can even run. The problem is breaking green gems, but if you're making a whole bunch of random gems into snowfall, that might also work too. But I'm not sure how many of us have him at 6-star. But even at 5-star, he does amazing damage. But someone else I thought of that might be possible. What about... who's next on my list? The problem is it's mostly these showboats, because they're the ones who tend to have green and yellow at the same time. There's few that don't, unfortunately. So Triple H King of Kings, if you decided to pay for this pass, which I have, you can get to the King of Kings on here, and he has was it this move? So the kick out, you'd have to get pinned, I think, in order for this to work, which I know nobody loves, but that would create random yellow gems, but that doesn't cause any damage. Why did I believe this would work? Oh, that's why. So you're going to make reinforced gems into green gems and pin your opponent. You're going to make reinforced gems, and then there was a yellow move. I think it was a tricolor build. So then you would choose a 3x2 to swap into yellow. So it's not the greatest, and it's not one that I would recommend either. We're coming up short. This is the problem with it, which is why I think most people are like, well, do I take the moment, but who do we put the moment on, and who do we not? So I hear everybody's apprehension towards this. I'll get to the ones that I think actually can use them in a second to some great degree, but a lot of them are, you would have to have paid, or they would be harder to get. Mysterio himself, was good up to about 5-star gold, but then sort of dropped off as move damage went out of the meta and into gem damage, which tends to be the meta now. He's going to make heal gems into yellow gems. He is going to get bonus for that too. That's not what I wanted to do. I thought he had a choose move in yellow into blue. Heal gems to destroy. So you would hope to hit them off of there. So the problem is, again, the same problem that we've come across all the way through, is that no one seems to put them all together in one. If y'all have anybody that I've missed so far, definitely shout them out into chat. The other one was Otis, or Otis. Like at this point, he's still Otis. Heavy machinery. He's going to create yellow gems with the swap move there. But it's making the green again that's going to be the difficult part. And breaking the green. So I ran shy on those. So it was much more difficult than I wanted it to be to actually find people to use this on. The obvious choice is Triple H. It's the plate that was designed with him in mind. So I just got him recently. So he would be one who you could then create green gems. You would be able to use the Spine Buster, I believe. That would be the one that you would use. You would create reinforced gems above. You would make reinforced gems into yellow. And then you could then choose an area to swap into green to get the plate to go off. All of these are 5 MP moves, so they're all going to go off on turn 1 in feud. You can also maybe swap out if you actually wanted to work with his sub move instead, if you want to put a sub build in there. So this is who they had in mind when they created this as a plate, that it would work with Triple H. So if you have Triple H, and of course not everybody does, it's obviously a no-brainer that you could put it on him. And then we can get to posters I don't have that it actually, I think there might be another poster that I do have that it actually might work on. Let's go the other direction. I know who I forgot. I forgot this guy. So if you have Z Edge and you don't have a Z plate, he is somebody else that this would actually work on, although it would limit you to just one of his movesets. What would we do? We would probably... So it would be something along these lines. It would be using the 2x2 area, swap it into green. You would put the countdown gems on. You would then hit the finisher, it goes down by 1. Next turn makes a whole bunch of yellow, of which you've already buffed because you used this move right here. So it's basically leaving you with this here. Whereas if you had a Z plate, you would then be able to use the purple move set instead. But you would be, so if you have Edge, you're looking for someone to put this on, you have them up high enough, don't have a Z plate, or your Z plate's elsewhere, this would be an interesting way to do that as well too, because it will buff this as well. But we again, you sort of fall into that trap of hopefully continuing the buff to stack. I believe it will continue to stack as long as you're not swiping. As long as you're just hitting moves, it will continue to stack turn by turn. So this is an interesting build and an interesting person to put it on as well. So I'm not sure how many of y'all are dying to put it on on him right now, but that's definitely one person you can put it on. Who else benefited from this off the top of my head? I think it was Iconoclast. Did he do it? It was not you. It was ZH. Who did y'all come up with? Because I was searching for long periods of time trying to think of who had this ability to do this. And then the other one was... No. I think I passed him somewhere. There he is. Yeah, so the other one would be Shawn Michaels Hall of Fame, if you have him as well, too. And he would go off turn one, hitting 3.5 million or so, and then that would stack. Turn two, it would be over. You'd probably hit another 6 million after that. So for now, that seems to be who can use it. Everybody else seems like a stretch, at least in my mind, about who you can throw it on and have them do damage. You gotta believe me when I tried this morning looking around to find people to put it on. This strap was one that I wanted to work on more people. So that's why I was excited about Ezekiel. I was like, oh man, we can throw it on Ezekiel. He's gonna be able to make these sorts of things. But as like all of you, I'm a little bit disappointed, I guess. But he is 5-star gold. So I think if we take him up next week's stream, we'll try it again at 6-star and see, well, what can be done. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I had somebody else on my list or some list somewhere. Let me go check where. I'll check one more time where I might have written this down. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what happened. No, I don't see it. I don't see it wrote down anywhere else. But I feel like there was somebody that was free that everybody had. That might also work. And I fear it might actually be K Quick. The one that everybody's just so dying to to build up. I know he's number one on everybody's list to build up. Was it K Quick? I think it was. Yeah, so you're going to make multiplies. You're going to make yellow gems and make random into black. Multiply into black. Yeah, the problem would be to make green. I don't see anywhere that he makes green. I think this is one of the defects in the game right now, right? Is that there's not enough green to yellow, yellow to green tag action going on that makes this work. So somehow the game is going to have to catch up with that to make that all come through. So did I miss anybody? Did I miss any of these things? Anybody else you can think of? I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. So it was said earlier in the chat, and I said it earlier myself for those that weren't here, that the moment is good if you got Andre. It makes him even better. If you have Anvil, and you use Anvil a lot in feuds, or at least you plan to, and that you plan to take up all the other jabronis that you're going to need to make that work. The plate, we hope, will eventually make somebody better, because like Rhonda's jacket, like Mella's mask, like all plates almost are better for other characters than the ones that they were originally meant to be on. And sometimes we have to wait for future characters for that to happen. And so I think that's what's happening here. We're going to have to wait for future characters to see how that all goes down. But I got a little bit more of these things to do. I'm going to go do those as well while you're on it. If there's anything else that you think I should go over, or let's see if I can beat any of these. Who did I not beat? Was it you? I think it was hard. I thought it was the mountains of bosses. That's who I didn't beat yet. Need to go beat this. All right, since I don't have HBK or Cross, we're going to have to do this with a really bad low-level Iron Sheik. All right, Sheik. My 9K Sheik with a really bad strap on him. Let's see what we can do. Right. I guess I had Santa on him before. So we're going to get our blue moves going first. We're going to use extra green damage, extra gem damage. Let's see how far we can go. This might take a pretty little second, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it for the stream. Did anybody have trouble with this with Sheik? Or am I the only one who's going to have a problem trying to beat this? So we're going to start with you, Max. 5 gems into green. And choose 4 to destroy. You are going to make multiplied gems at the end. Okay. So that makes sense. A 5 match is nice. And then we can... And that's all we need. Too many. Always one too many. We're going to give him a turn. He's going to kill us. I went too far, too fast. All right, let's try it. We're going to quit that. Because he will kill us if he gets his sub off. I did not want to cascade there. That was poor form. My apologies, everyone. I will eat the health packs. Or maybe my faction mates will be nice enough to to heal him in time for the rest of the stream to go. I am thankful that they upped how fast characters heal. And I think it's time that we get rid of the ask your faction to heal people aspect of the game. It's no longer necessary. Oh, come on. Alright, so we're going to quit that one too. Of course he's going to dodge moves. Alright. No one's recording this, right? Because this went from bad to awful really fast. Right. Only for faction quests? Yeah. Yeah, this... I don't even know, like, we need it for the faction quests, right? Like, is it even necessary anymore? Like, are we... I don't know how many weeks go by where my faction is like, hey, can y'all just get some of your players to die so we can so we can max this, you know? So I think like that's the other thing. Like it's I feel like it's outlived its usefulness. Boom. Okay, there we go. Let's get a sub going here. We want these eventually on blue gems or green gems. That's our eventual goal. Hopefully one of them stays on there. We want them at least on green. I'm with you, Leo. I don't think we need them anymore. I think they've outlived their usefulness in the game. But as we know, it takes time to get rid of things that don't work anymore, so we just have to be, unfortunately, patient. Oh my gosh. Like that cascade was actually necessary right now. You have got to be kidding me. Like, are you serious right now? Come on, game. We need the heals, but I think like, there might be a better way to actually heal characters, right? Away from like, I need my faction to heal me with tokens that regenerate 8 times in 24 hours sort of thing, right? I feel like there's a better way to do this, right? And I don't know if you wanted to call it like the tag system or I don't know, like there's got to be a better way than what we're using right now. I think that's my point. Like there has got to be a better way. I think 10 would be enough, and as long as I don't cascade here, well, that's 9. 9 should be enough to get my sub going. Beautiful. All right, let's try this again, Umaga, without you being a jerk about this. Let's try this again. They don't even regenerate anymore. You have broken the heal system, HBK. Way to go. You've ruined it for the rest of us. You have more health packs than me. Yeah, I use a lot of health packs, but as you see, the one thing that you don't see when I put videos together is how many times that I start a video and I start doing something and something like this happens where Umaga is just like, nope, I'm going to block this. And I'm like, okay, well, that last 5 minutes of me talking has completely been a waste. I'm going to have to re-record like all of this. And so I've tried to record in smaller chunks because the game likes to be a jerk to me sometimes. And so I go through health packs so much just from this alone, like just from doing streams and stuff. And you just saw me blow through health packs right now to heal this guy up after Umaga just did that stuff. Yeah, and I think it's only because of that, like, we need people to be beaten up and dead so that way we can beat this faction quest so we can get all the coins we need. Like, that's the only thing that it's really useful for. I don't know. And this is me talking from my perch in Haven, right? And that's the other thing, HBK, right? Like, I think you're absolutely right. Like, within 5 minutes, because of the way that the speed heals go now, you're fully healed within 5 minutes, maybe less, right? Like, it's actually really fast. By the time you go into another feud and come out of that feud, you're basically healed. At least that character's basically healed. And so you can just start again. All right, so we don't want to get pinned, at least not initially, by this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is going to hit for his stuns and other things. Carrying Cross is a really good card. And although I'm not quite sure where I stand with him as an actual wrestler, he's grown on me a little bit, but I'm not quite sure. We are going to cause a pin, so we might as well take all of those. That was good. Okay, and then we might as well take a green and make a blue. Get a nice little cascade. Very nice. Yeah, so that's what I mean about like the health pack system. It's been around since the beginning, and it made sense in the beginning. But again, the game has evolved, and we've seen how it has evolved in many different ways. So maybe it's time to move on from that. Let's run this because there's a lot of stuff on the board right now. That's gonna bust down there. I'll take that one. So yeah, that's why I'm like, we just need to be done with this part of it, with the health pack stuff. There must be a better way to heal, especially since they've changed the way we heal this stuff anyways. So I don't know. Again, I'm talking from my perch in Haven. Oh, someone wants to join the faction. Who's in charge of that? All right. It's hopefully going to end this match. Hopefully that's enough gem damage, and we can take it. So I'm not sure if any of y'all have to win with Sheik or not, but even at 4-star gold, even only at 9k like I have him, this is very, very much doable to defeat. Yeah, something like the other play modes where even if you get injured, you don't have to use health packs later. Like the boss battles. Yeah, I agree, right? Like I think the health packs could like honestly go. Like you can put them on a 5-minute timeout or something like that, or a 2-minute timeout, and we all know that the game is money based in the sense that if there's a way to monetize something, then the game will, and I don't have a problem with them trying to monetize things here and there. So you monetize it. So if you don't want to wait 5 minutes, then part of one subscription pass is to wait 2 minutes, and then they're back into action. And then for feuds, for showdowns, you have like a 2-minute timeout on this person, or you pay for a pass that you never get injured after a match or after a feud battle, right? Feud ends, you just go into your next one. People would pay for that. They don't ask my opinion, and I'm not sure if anyone from Scopely's actually in the stream right now, but if I just gave you that free idea, can I copyright it right here? Can I get a cut with this? How much does he have? He has 2 million health. Ooh, that's going to take a while. I'm not sure y'all want to sit down and watch me go through all of that, but that can be done, and then I think you're going to be a lot of health to try to get through as well. But I'm going to try my best to get that Andre bag afterwards. I could use that 100 shards, very much so. Who else we got in here? I thought I heard one of my kids crying. It's actually my cat snoring beside me as I sit and play. War of the Champions. They did fix this, correct? They did. And I did say that this wasn't fixed earlier, and I realized that he was in my boss battle lineup, which is why I couldn't use him until boss battle was finished. I wish I had a drip plate. I wish I had a drip plate that I could throw on him. But how did y'all find this tour? How's the final boss for this 8th Wonder of WrestleMania? It's Hogan at 4. Okay, so it's beatable then. It's just a matter of dropping a lot of damage. Okay, so I can use that 100 too. There's a lot of good in here that I'm going to need, and I'm going to have to go working on to get. I think I beat everything else within there. So Andre with drip plate is amazing, right? Like I think we all know that. I think we can all agree on that. Andre without drip plate and with a Titan plate is still good, but I think it's like 2 or 3 turns. You have to wait for it to stack as the Titan plate does. So Andre without a drip or a Titan, I would say no. I think it obviously depends on your roster and what you have going for you, but you probably already have, and I know you do HBK, but I mean like in general, you probably have a better powerhouse on your roster that will probably work faster for you in feuds or in other game modes. Obviously, if you got a drip plate, that's what you're going to want to use. He's also someone that has 2 sets of gears, right? So if you have a drip and you have the gears, then you can start with more move points. You're going to do a lot more gem damage, but I have none of that, right? Redemption, how you doing? Welcome on in. I'm not sure how long you have been. I haven't been checking the roster roles, but I say hi to when people come in and chat at least. KO, Mutant Seth, Sika, all of them are, I would rank them all above him with a Titan. But, KO is, yeah, Max, you just made the list. Max, what's happening? Thank you for the follow, and welcome on in. You are on the class roll. You've made the attendance list with the professor, and I appreciate the follow. So, what was I saying? KO is hit or miss. So he hits for 1 million or he hits for 40 million, and you never know. It just depends on how the traps and everything falls. Mutant Seth just gets more powerful as he goes, especially because once he gets you in that lock of the sub, it's over. He's just going to go and knock you down. Sika's great with a Titan plate as well too, and I put them kind of level. I guess I think Sika might be a little bit better if you have all the things for Sika as well. So I would recommend, if you have better powerhouses, and you probably do, then and you don't have an extra Titan plate, then no. If you do have an extra Titan plate, or you're looking for someone to put a Titan plate on, you can put it on him. But like a lot of the characters that they're bringing out now, you need a lot of the things that are out there, right? Like you need the gear, you need the plate, you need, and the more things that you can add to that list, the better that they'll be. I think that's the gist of how they work. Now, I will add a caveat to that, which is Hall of Famers use different tokens. So the last month, right, or 2 months ago, they gave out Hall of Fame tokens like it was a party, and it was, like they had to get rid of it. It was the last day to have these tokens. And so I have 618 5-star Hall of Fame tokens for the previous batch of Hall of Fame superstars, right? So I plan on taking as many Hall of Fame males and females, even the bad ones, at least up to 5-star gold. Like that's my plan, and that obviously hinders on having the training points to do so. But there are always Hall of Fame requirements, and lots of times the best version of a character that you have actually might be the Hall of Fame character. For example, the best version of my Andre the Giant is the Hall of Fame character. So when this requirement comes up, this is the guy that we're going to use. I do need to make a classroom channel on my server. My server is the same with you, HBK. So you feel my pain with this. That is a great reminder as well too, to highlight that I do, for those that are on here, I do have my own server that I have created recently, and I am going to put the invite in there. What is this? Okay, let's do this again. Let's try my server. Where are you? We are going to put an invite link. We're going to copy that link, and we are going to put it in the chat. So if anyone wants to join my Discord server, and you can ask me questions in there, you can connect. It's open to anyone in any faction, as long as you are not acting like a jerk in any way, shape, or form, as long as you're there for good camaraderie with other players in the world, and want to pick the professor's brain outside of class. This is the way to do so. Just tag me, ask questions, and I will take your suggestion, Leo, and I will add a classroom in there as well too, so you can ask questions. Post your rosters. Ask questions about your rosters. Who should you bring up? Who should you not bring up? And so forth. So I am always happy to help out with that stuff. Just as a reminder, and as I tell my students, my actual students, for those who don't know, I'm an actual professor. I actually have a PhD and do teach at a college. I'm not always available. I do have kids. I do have a full-time job and stuff, but I will be on as much as I possibly can to help out, because I do love this game and I love interacting with the community. Just be friendly. Like I don't need you to be a troll or a jerk or to harass other people. That's not necessary. If that's your goal, create your own Discord where you can just harass people, but don't do it online. That's all I ask. So so HBK, you're saying you got the same problem, right? So if this is your best Andre, then you need to build him up accordingly. And for lots of you and me included, the best character I have of a certain character is often the Hall of Fame. And so that's why I plan on just taking them up, so that way I can just beat requirements when they come along, and I don't have to struggle through something like this. So that's my plan. And I think this just goes in general for the game itself. If there is more than one version of that character, like Undertaker or HBK or Triple H, you need one of them at 5-star gold. Like that should be your goal, is to find your best one and take them up there. And I will give you an example of where I'm failing in this and where I always struggle, is that this is my best version of The Rock. I don't have his zombie. I don't have the mem version. I don't have the other trickster version of it. Like I have this one and I have the Showboat. I think those are the only 2 rocks that I have. And so I am constantly struggling when it comes to those events. And a part of me just refuses to build him up any more than he already is. Like, I'm just like, no, I'm not building up The Rock any more than he has to. I'm eventually going to get one of these characters. And now it's been like 2 years and I'm still not getting any more rocks. So eventually I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and build him up more, because he'll be used. As you know, you must use one rock, and this is the only one that I have. And so that's where you need to have a Seth Rollins, because there's multiple. You need to have a Macho Man, because there's multiple of them in the game. You need to have a Trish, because there's multiple of them in the game. While you're building up your rosters, that's something just to keep in mind, right? So as you want to make your 6-star and your 5-star for every talent up, but you should also plan to take somebody up that will help you beat these events where the required superstar is someone there's a multiple of. You're not harassing me. You're just reminding me that I say stupid things sometimes, Heartbreak. I don't mean to say Strabon, but I just do. What's happening to my game? I'm not dropping frames. It's the game itself. Okay. So the game itself is working. But yeah, that's sort of where I stand with that kind of stuff. So when you get to this and you're like, okay, well now I have to use Hall of Fame Andre. He's my best one, and I only have him at 5-star bronze. Now I'm going to struggle through this. I'm going to try to find a way to do it, but I'm going to struggle through it. So that's where we are right now. And I don't use him nearly enough as I should. But I think the overall question was, is he worth building up? Yes. Do you have a Titan plate? Yes. Then definitely take him up. If you don't have a Titan plate, or sorry, not a Titan plate, if you have a drip plate, definitely take him up. If you have a Titan plate, maybe.
Chip, you know what?
You just made the list. Oh, no. ASG, what's happening? You just made the list. Welcome on in. I appreciate you stopping by. I know we had a conversation the other day on, I think it was Goldie's server. You and I had a conversation. I believe it was you and I had a conversation the other day. So welcome on in. I'm glad you made it. We can continue our conversation about boss battles and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I took no offense whatsoever. Yeah, no. I'm not even a little bit. So for those that weren't on Goldie's stream, ASG just had a. I am like a bro, very much so. Very very chill, very easygoing. I don't take offense very much easily. And I think that comes with the job of being a professor, right? My job is to explain things as best as I can for the most amount of people. So we just had a conversation about the bargain bin videos that I put out there, and hopefully, oh, you slapped it on Molly. Oh, awesome. Have you been on for a while? Did you see me talk about Molly, or are you just walking in right now? Because yeah, I just went over probably about 20 minutes ago, I went over that Molly would be a good person to put that on as well too, if you have Molly Holly up high. So nice. So yeah, no offense taken whatsoever. I absolutely love. You just got here. Okay, cool. I try to make videos as helpful as I can. Yo, retro gaming, retro IC gaming. What is happening? Welcome on in. You pulled her 5 gold. Oh, nice. Yeah, Molly's really good, especially if you have her gears and stuff. So she's definitely one to put that plate on for sure. I did take the plate, and for those walking in to class a little bit later than others, I'll come back to this Andre match in a second. I've been dancing around it for 15 minutes with all sorts of explanations. So I'm sorry for those of you who have been like, just get on with it, or as I like to put on, like, right, just will you get on with it, Professor? And I always like to play, no. Is it going to come up?
Who wants to hear Eurovision song?
That's right. Play Ya-Ya Ding Dong. Just do what you're supposed to do, Professor, and get this going. You've just been baking. It's 2:15 a.m. Well, I'm glad you just decided to take a glance up from all the baking. I hope you're baking something really delicious and that it's worth it being up that late to do so. So this is what I did. So I took the plate from the wall. That you're our friend. This is the story that'll never ever end. Thanks, Max, for the bits. That's right. Snap it to a Slim Jim. I appreciate it. Baking cakes. Oh, that sounds yummy. I could go for a cake right now. For those that just came in, I took my twins who are potty training. We went and saw family. We went to a Carrabba's. It's a chain restaurant. It's an Italian chain restaurant here in the States. And one of them peed on my wife and the other one peed on the floor. So it's been a day. So cakes and cookies sound wonderful at this age of the game. So yeah, I put this on Ezekiel to see how he would run. We tried it first with a different metal set, and then once we put on the higher damage Fury 2s, we started to see a little bit better with what's going to happen. But mine's only 5 gold, and I think I'm going to take him 6 bronze this weekend for whatever event that we have with the faction. He definitely a nice guy. I appreciate setting out the biddy, so I appreciate it very much, Max. Thank you so much, and I am glad that we are friends. And I don't know about y'all, but I love Bray Wyatt's character. I think Bray Wyatt is amazing for the way that he has made his character evolve over the years. But in terms of Ezekiel, I think this 6-star move is also going to be really important for this. So that's why I'm going to really try to see what happens with the 6-star move instead of this here. But he's not taking any damage, and the plate's working. Really interesting. Yeah, I love Bray Wyatt as a character, and I remember watching him come up at the very beginning, just how really cool his whole gimmick was through NXT. He did come through NXT, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm thinking of Kevin Owens. I don't know. It's been so long. Anyways, I did my PhD in Florida, so I got to see the NXT circuit as they went gymnasium to gymnasium. Where is my 6-star fate? Yeah, I'm waiting. I want a plate that's going to make Fiend great again. The Wyatts are from NXT. That's what I thought. I was I remember watching him watching him in NXT, going in the small gymnasiums and stuff like that. That was really cool when NXT was just really small time stuff. I really enjoyed that. It's one thing I miss these days. There he is. Okay, so I have him, and I loved using him all the way up into this right here. It's about 5-star silver, and that's when he sort of fell off for me. But maybe it's time to go YOLO and bring the Fiend up and see what we can do. Destroy random gems. There you go. Yeah, I've seen Mex as well on other streams, so I'm really happy that Mex is he feed on 6. Does somebody have Kushwat? How you doing? Welcome on in. Does somebody have Fiend at 6-star? I would love to see that. That'd be actually really interesting. He does make all the protects. I think that's where he fell off, is that the game moved away from protect gems a lot. Oh, you do have retro. How did I not know this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely gonna go check it out because I love the Fiend so much, and I think that's the other part that in the game is like the wrestlers I love aren't always the wrestlers I take up because of the way that the game works. So that's the one thing that I really don't like. I was like, I don't want to take this wrestler up. I really don't like them, but like I have to take that one up, right? Because they're so good and so forth, right? So, yeah. You are pretty late to the stream. I'm usually not streaming much past 10 p.m. my time. It's already 10:20 p.m., but I'm having a good time. At Retro Game, a link with your YouTube. I think my whispers are on. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Okay, so can you send it to me as a whisper, Retro, and I'll put it in the stream. Absolutely. The shield mode is on for the stream, which means that if anybody posts a link, it's not gonna come up. So maybe I can start a whisper. Let me see. Let's do it this way. It might have blocked you out for a few seconds, so just bear with me. There we go. We found it. Okay, so I'm going to... Can I copy this? All right, so we're going to... Okay, give me 1 second. It's going to take me to YouTube's first before I can copy it. I'm trying to do this on my phone at the same time because I am not technologically savvy. My apologies, y'all. Let me get to my stream, and then we will put this on there. Paste. Okay, so that should be one that you gave me, and then I'll go do the other one. I am very much looking forward to seeing these. The Fiend at 6-star. Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait to sit down and watch this. This just made my night, Retro. Thank you. And there is the other one. Okay, so those are Retro IC Gabe. So check out those videos if you're interested in what we've been talking about the Fiend and so much. Is it the same one? Is it the same one? Or did I post the same? I posted the same one twice. I think you might have sent it to me twice. So, anyways, it's the same one twice. I do have a Face of Foley plate, so that would definitely work. Yeah, Chris, usually by 10, it's getting nice on your side of the world to be waking up. So you're not the only one to come on in and usually late. Nothing new event news. Usually we don't get anything on a Sunday. It's usually sometimes Sunday night around 10 o'clock we usually get something, but I haven't seen anything. Has anybody seen anything? I haven't been online, so I haven't. Usually my phone will ping me if we get something new, but I haven't seen anything. So usually Mondays we might get that midweek event sort of stuff. So, but yeah. So for those that have been coming on in, so you can connect with me as it says there on all that stuff. Ooh, interesting. Okay, interesting. The Foley plate to try it out on them. Okay, so yeah, let me see where are my showboats right now with all this. Where are my showboats? Could I? Who am I bringing up with showboats? This might be one of those backseat things until I get a little bit further on. God, why are showboats so far away? Who do we want showboat wise? Okay, so I was I haven't been sold on Zelina, but I keep being told that by everybody that she's really, really good at 6-star. So, but yeah, so that might be who I'd be taking up first, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't work on that next. All right, Fiend. That you might be something to do. Okay, so you were saying that the all-purple set is how you would run them. So you would put down the submission, get them to go bleed, and then destroy 12 random gems. Is that what you would do with the Foley Plate? That's power into heal. Bleed first, then sub. Well, that makes more sense, of course. I was just reading them in the in the order that they were, but yeah. So drop the bleed, hit the sub, so that way they both work on the same turn, and then you just destroy. And that's 12 random gems, and what I used to put the power bomb on there because I like to play with his other moveset. But I do have a Foley. Do I not? I do have a Foley plate. 6 or more black gems, 5 random gems into power gems of strength 50,000. Okay. So we would have to break a whole bunch of black gems. And that would be the difficult part with this one destroying 12 random gems. So the way I used to play him, I think this was the way I used to play him. So you make a whole bunch of protect gems. You turn protect into power. And then you would destroy gems and end the turn. Is that how I used to play him? I feel that's not right. Let's see. Lead first and then the sub. I think that's how I was using him before. It's not the title, that was what I was looking at. This just adds more move points, start with more turns. Okay, yeah, because then that's how you would do it. Okay, so you would start with a yellow MP trainer. These two both go off turn 1, and then in feud, this would also go off. So you could destroy 5 gems, and then it would work. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the hug. I'm not sure why that didn't show up on there. I think I might have to actually get that emote working. I'm doing my best, y'all. I'm trying with the emotes, but so we have So this would go off turn 1 with everything else with the MP trainer. You would then choose moves, and then the other move that you would do, the other entourage, would be a destroy. Yellow moves that destroy more gems, so you could destroy 9 gems. So you would find a bunch of blacks that you could destroy, black gems that you can destroy. Pardon me, and that way you could get that plate to go off as well and get extra damage. So that's definitely a possibility with this move set. I'm concerned about the random gems because you would have to have, and I think this is the same problem that you would have with this one here, is that you need 6 black gems on the board for that to work. But I am definitely intrigued. So yeah, that's the thing, right? So with the plate, there we go. That one worked. You got it that time, Kush. There we go. It's destroy 6 or more black gems. This is why it's so good on Tech Triple H, is because he destroys 7 in that row, that 1x7 move that he has. So that's why it helps to make all that damage. Yeah, I'm definitely interested. This is before straps were actually really good. This is when they gave out 5% ones. You're like, oh, it actually has an extra bonus. That's where we were in the game with Bray Wyatt when I actually was using him for being amazing with that. I just saw my stream elements come up there with my where is it? My Discord server. But that, I think, link doesn't work to the Discord. So if anyone would like me to post the link to the Discord again, let me know. But I'm definitely going to check out your video, and I'm definitely going to see what can be done with it. And if that Foley plate would actually work, then I am sold on bringing him up because I absolutely love, as I said, I love Bray Wyatt. He's awesome. That's it. Love me some Bray Wyatt. I forget the number. I showed it at the beginning. I forget if it was like 10 or 50 cheer bits that you would put in. Starts Bray Wyatt doing the Muscle Man dance. I forget what it was. I think it might have been 10. It was 10 or it was 50, but it starts doing the Muscle Man dance. So that's the cheer that I have. Because I think the Funhouse is probably one of the best gimmicks that they've come up with in years. It's so good. And then he just plays that really scary villain, but also face. You know what I mean? Like he plays both, right? Like he plays the baby face, but also the heel at the same time, depending on who he's going up against. Yeah, we are here for you. I find him just so fascinating, HBK, just as his ability to talk and stuff, like, is just so cool. The way that he could tell stories. I love when they put him in the ring with a rocking chair and just the spotlight, and he starts talking, and he, like the way that he's able to tell stories is amazing. I think that's one of the things that I like about wrestling is that, like, oh, you just saw another Fiend video, another setup that could work. Okay, I won't ask you on my stream. I'll let you come up with it, but hopefully whatever rambling that I've been doing in the last 20 minutes that we've been talking about a retro has given you an idea that will make him better. So I'm all eyes and ears whenever you're ready. Yeah, that's right. Let him in. That's it. All you have to do is let me in. So, that's. If we can make Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, amazing again, I am all for it. Because he's super cool, just as a character, as a wrestler. If you're not going to be a really good wrestler that does really cool things in the ring, that knows how to work the crowd when you're wrestling, that knows how to make the match itself memorable to watch, then you need to bring your voice game. You have to be able to tell a story and create heat, and no matter who you're in the ring with, you just make them better. Because you don't have a good Andre. I agree that I also don't have a good Andre. And as I was showing people a moment ago, when you don't have a good Andre, you need to find somebody that's good, right? Like, this is obviously the best Andre. But if you don't have this new Andre, then you're going to have to build up one of these guys to 5 gold, so that way you can beat requirements. And I'm guilty of this too. I haven't built him up yet, but Hall of Fames are probably the easiest to build up because they use only one specific token and they don't really take away from all the other things that you're doing. So I need to get on with it. I've been circling around this one for like 15 minutes now, going back and forth. I don't play Andre enough, so how do y'all run Andre? Do you use this move, or is this only when you're getting Titan plates put down there? Red gem damage up. Or do you make blast? Choose red sub move. How do y'all go with him? That much coins, TPs, and tokens. Yeah, that's the forever draw, right? So when you, I don't know. So today, for example, like I went on the portal. I bought a $20 pack, and then I opened it up here on the stream of the Andre, and that $20 that I spent on the portal, like $20 US, brought in not only what I paid for, but all the other events and the other things that they have on there. You want to know his moveset? Okay, yeah. it does take a lot, Kush. I understand completely. But as I was saying, like that $20 that I spent got me 55 million coins, and I think 2,000 TP, and a bunch of tokens of different varieties and things like that. So I'm not one to push anyone to spend, but they purposely do this, right, to get you to spend. And that's why they put out these types of requirements, because they're hard and you want to build them up. And if you build them up and you run out of resources, you have to spend. And it's a deadly cycle. And so I understand that completely. So, but which pack did I buy on the portal? That is a great question. Could we go to the portal? Maybe that's the better question with this as well. All right, eventually we'll get to this. Let me see. Can we get to the portal? That is the portal. Can I interact with the portal? I would like to interact with the portal. Okay. Special offers. I'm assuming everybody can see this. It's showing up on my screen that you can. I'm still not super confident with what I am doing on this. I think I bought this. The web exclusive was the one that I purchased. So I got the 7 loot coins, which y'all watched me open up. I got Andre shards, and I got emerald tokens. I got diamond tokens. I got gold tokens. You can see it good. Okay. And then it gave me web coins and other things. So that's what I purchased here. And then after you purchase that, in the events, you get, I think there were 5 of them in here that you would get, right? So these milestones, 10 and 20. So you would get this milestone, which came with coins and event points. This one that came with contest points, tokens, and milestones. That's the moveset you use for. Oh, Marco, what's happening? Which moveset? Did you send it to me? But I think there's 2 events here, so I got more than that as well too. Did that go down? Where's that? Okay, so and then so after you do this and you scroll yourself down, if you ever want to see just how much people spend in the game, so if you spend $20, your name will be at the bottom here with 20. Right, so each one of these points is $1 spent. By the way, then you get these ones down here as well too. So you will get the 5, the 10, and the 20 here. So you're going to get TP, you're going to get more coins. So it ended up working out to 50 million coins, I think, or something like that, towards the end of it. And then there was these ones in here too. There was more. So the stamp, I don't know. I can't move down to it, but your stamp also has 1 or 2 in there that the $20 would come to. I do not want to log in. In fact, I want to go back to what we were looking at before. 5-star bronze without being max. Let me see. I don't think it showed on here anywhere, Marco. But we can put it. If you type it out on here, then we can all see it. I don't think we saw it a second ago. Unless you put it into the server, then that's something different. Hey, Jaggy, what's up? You've been on since the very beginning. I appreciate that. I am also excited about this new showdown mode. I'm excited to do less matches and to have more coins, and I think that's cool. I'm not sure with the new promoters, although I do have the King of Kings pass, so I will get them, I assume, eventually. But I am very much excited about all of this. What are my move charges? That's what I want to check out. So I have 9, 10, and 10. Do we have any bonuses for Andre this month? We have the usual. We have the Hall of Fames. That one. Matching. Okay, so that's matching. Increased battle speed. Okay, so he has nothing on there on top. You are going to need a strong defense. You're going to need to keep your streak going. So my defense is not picked out yet. I'm not quite sure who's going to continue to win for me on defense. So that's going to be an interesting decision. So what do y'all do here? Do you go double red? What do y'all do? I hardly ever use this Andre, only when he sort of comes up. Do I want to match more gems? Will that help me? So do I want to match more? Start with 1 red MP and then I can continue to cycle. Do I want more blast gems? That's going to make extra. I can't get any more blast gems. Or do we want more? I think we're going to want the sub, because eventually when we get up higher, he's not going to be strong enough to do what we need. If I max, okay, so I've maxed that. What I haven't maxed are these. So I could max this. Butch, Sting, Bischoff, and Hogan. You did write this down. I just didn't. My apologies, Marco. I thought you said you use the same ones for these other characters, which goes to show you just how brain dead I am in some ways. And sometimes. Okay, so you went red MP up. Let's put this all in how you have. The only one I don't have is Bischoff. So we'll improvise right there. My apologies for not paying enough attention. Oh, so we went that way. And you went Sting. Which Stinger? But an easy win. Oh, nice. Which Stinger am I looking for? Oh, are you talking like the texting? That one I don't have either. Because I don't think the other Sting is going to help. Do we just want to use blast gem damage? The Striker Sting. Okay. Is his gem damage? I can't think of the last. Oh, you use double MP trainers. I am absolutely out to lunch right now. My apologies, everybody. It's getting late in the professor's world, and I'm trying to move charge. Yeah, that Sting. You know what? One of these days, it'll all make sense to me. So I don't have Bischoff, so I'll put the extra black gem damage, and then we'll put on Santa Hogan. Okay. I promise, Marco, I will get this right. There we go. All right. So we can take it off you, off of you. All right. Now we're cooking. I don't have the best strap on him. I only have 1.94. All right, we'll see how far I can go. But if need be, we could replace that. Do I have any? That's the one we're using. That is my everybody gets a turn belt. That goes. So this is the one that I take off and I spread it around to whoever it is the CSS at that point is. So right now it's on Brock Lesnar, as you can see, because I had to use him recently, but then I can put a plate on them. Okay, so we'll see if we can do this without needing that at the moment. I think we can get through hard, but probably not hell at this point. Fury, and he shouldn't swap. Okay, I think I have Furies on him right now, but we'll check after this one. This one's only a 5k. Captain Lou. Do the Mario. Actually, this will. He only has 80k health, so there's no need to be afraid. This will beat him. No need to overthink this one. Appreciate it, Marco. Thank you for giving me all of that and for being patient enough to walk me through it, because my brain isn't working as it should. All right, let's check what our medals are doing. We'll see. Hopefully beating all of these will get me well into the bonuses as well too. So for those worried about medals and coins and money and stuff like that, just keep working at it. And with each passing week, Scopely has been giving out a ton of prizes and goodies and things like that. Okay, so I just have regular Furies and just red move damage. Okay. If need be, we can put some Fury 2s and we could change who we're using. We can change the strap if necessary. But this looks like a way to get it done. So, come on, Andre. I gotta tell you, I'm excited to see if we can get the Fiend good at 6-star. If there's a plate that'll do it, because I am very much happy to do that. Does he have? He doesn't have more health. We can win this way too. Let's just blow this up and go fast. Get to the hard. Get on with it. So, yeah, I haven't really talked about the boss battle at all. We've been talking so many other things. How'd y'all find the boss with, the freeze move going out on turn 1, which took me by surprise based on how I usually read those things. So that threw us all sort of for a loop. And how different that is and how important it is to have your boss breakers built up, which I try to put into my videos as a reminder. Like, pick a character, pick any poster on your roster, and make sure that buff is all the way up. This one proved it, I think, more than any other one that we've been on before, that with a level 10 unfreeze, boom, you're gonna be able to do some damage,
Chip, you know what?
You just made the list. Well, Puss. Thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for coming on in. Glad you made it. You're on the list. Yeah, if you have a rocker level 10 unfreeze, that would definitely make it easy. This has 180 damage, so we should probably put the randoms down. And that one will bring us closer to beating it. Yeah, appreciate the follow. Thanks so much for coming on in. We're getting closer to the end of the stream. I'm going to do some hell mode, and then we're going to call it a night, because it is almost 11 p.m. in the professor's world. And my kids wake up at 6:30, no matter the time nor the place. No matter when they go to bed, 6:30 a.m. So, and I got to teach tomorrow, y'all. I got to get back out there in the real world, get in front of a class and teach. So it's gonna be fun. But yeah, let's hit some hell mode on this. Let's see how well we can do. Yeah, I found the boss. If you had KO and you had the level 10 in unfreeze, it was amazing. Oh, it's vacation? Nice. Are you going on vacation? Or is it just a vacation from school, HBK? Are you heading out this week? It's going to be a tough week with all the stuff going on. Yeah, but this is... My college just came off of spring break this week, which is why we did the potty training with my twins. So... Yeah, Will, thank you so much. Glad you've enjoyed all the videos so far, and welcome to class, man. Enjoy the live streams. I'm on Mondays, I'm on Wednesdays, I'm on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully that fits in with a schedule where you can come on and wherever you are in the world. So yeah, appreciate it. Ask questions at any time. I'm always happy to answer questions. So, oh, you're staying home? The kids are on spring break? Nice. So you get to, I guess it could be nice. I guess it depends on how you feel about spending a week with your kids. But no, I mean, like, how often do you get to spend just a ton of time with your kids, considering how busy our lives are and other things, right? So it's stressful because that's what kids are. But, you know, when you get the time, you always take it and you enjoy it, right? So hopefully it's not too much of a burden for you. Hopefully it's a break from work for you as well, too, that you can enjoy. You can enjoy some time with them and do some cool stuff, too. You got anything cool planned? Level up to hell mode. Here we go. And there we go. Oh. Let me take on the captain. The captain. Here we go. All right. Painting rooms. God, I would pay almost anything to not have to paint rooms. I find nothing more soul crushing than painting rooms. I hate painting. I find it just awful. I don't know how you feel about it, but like, I don't like the fumes. I don't like the tediousness of the work, which is why I became a professor. I just don't do it. Your wife is actually doing the painting? Oh, that'll be nice. Your wife and your daughter just painting. Are they painting like a solid color? Are they painting murals? What are they painting with it? What if we take that? Boom. Awesome. That should take care of the captain. We're on our way. Excellent. So this actually, thank you, Marco, was a good moveset to beat it all down. Pretty easy. Yeah, LED lights is big. That's a big deal, right? Putting up the LED lights. Yeah, appreciate it. Definitely do, Marco. As I said, it's getting late over here, so my brain is starting to shut down in itself. But I never profess. That's not true. I'm a professor. I profess all the time. I never claim that I know everything. I do know a lot. I know a lot about a very specific subject, which is why I have a PhD. But like I know a lot of things, and so I do my best to explain them as best as I can. And I appreciate the feedback from the videos and other things that y'all give me. And I try to make those better, and I try to make everybody in the community better. But if I'm doing something wrong, call it out, right? Or if I'm doing something, you're like, hey, why don't you try this instead? I am all about making the mistakes so that you don't have to. And I will do it live on stream. So that's usually why, and that's why I was excited to try out Ezekiel today, because if it works, awesome. I just gave everybody a good thing to do. And if it doesn't work, then you don't have to wonder if Ezekiel is actually worth using, right? Like I'll blow through the coin, I'll blow through the TP, I'll blow through the strap parts and all that stuff. And so I planned on taking Ezekiel up anyways for his boss battle abilities. But we'll see. We'll come back again in 7 days, and we'll see how that plate works on him as a 6-star once I've taken the time to level him up. Because in order for for those that weren't watching the leaderboard, Haven today, the faction that I'm in, made a major push for the faction event to get extra Andre shards. And so the faction was leveling up and evolving people in a ridiculous fashion. And I blew through a ton of resources. And so I'm hesitant to put more in than I need to right now. Do a video on Tech Shamrock. I do have Tech Shamrock. I have Tech Shamrock at 5 gold. And every time I'm ready to take Shamrock to 6-star, somebody else comes on my roster that's a tech, and I'm I got to take them first. But yeah, I can remind me. So I'm on again tomorrow night, right? So today's Sunday still on my side of the world. So I'm on again tomorrow night. So Leo, if you're on tomorrow night, remind me, and I'll do some Shamrock gameplay tomorrow at 5-star gold. and then we can I can show you how to play him at 6-star, because that's where he's kind of like a cheat code with you can just stack up stun moves. That's his 6-star move is a stun move. So you just stack it up. Me personally, I spent a ton of coin leveling up players that were at like 900 talent to like 9,000 talent. That's the majority of what I did. But what I also did, is let me go to my list of people that I built up. That was a ridiculous build up. Oh, come on, Macho Man. Like, are you serious? That's what I mean. What is this nonsense? All right, we need to... Could I could. That'll give me more of what I need. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me get to my... So here's who I evolved. I took Big Boss Man Hard Times from 5 bronze to... 3-star bronze to 3 gold. I took Striker Austin from 3 bronze to 4 bronze. I took Braun Strowman Striker from 5-star bronze, unleveled to 5-star gold. So I took him straight from the bottom to the top, and that took a lot of TP and other stuff. But I planned on taking him up anyways, in some fashion. I took NXT Roman to 3 gold. I took Seth, one of the Striker Seths, to 4 bronze from 4 silver. I took the Ric Flair Striker, the corporate 1 to 3 gold. I took Goldust to 3 gold. And there's several others that I didn't take pictures of to remind myself in my roster. But I took a ton of guys, leveled them up just in general. And so I spent just a ton of TP and coins. So I easily blew through. So between taking Ezekiel up, which I was planning on doing for the stream, to 5 gold, and then all those other evolves and stuff, I easily blew through, I think, 220 million total. But at least 150 million in just strikers will. So if that gives you any indication of just like... And that was just, and I did nowhere near as much as the majority of my faction. Like, they did a lot. They definitely carried me through. And even though like I did, I think in terms of like the evolves, I think like 1% of the faction amount was 6 million. I think I did somewhere in the 17 or 18 million range. So I did, I think, close to 3%. And then I had to go out, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to be on for the entire time. But yeah, the faction like came through. That was crazy today in so many ways. Boom. All right. So this looks like it's really doable. We're gonna keep Macho Man off. Oh shoot! I did not want to let him have that sit on the board. Thankfully, it's red, and we are going to make red gems. I can only convert 2 into red gems. Okay, so we are far enough on my board. Okay, so we can make a 5 match. Excellent. Which gives me the chance to make another swipe just for fun. And of course, I have no red or other things. Okay, so we'll take some gem damage. And then hopefully this... Jeez, it's not going to... I was hoping that it was just going to break his gem or cover his gem. But I was not so lucky. Shoot. So he's going to get an extra 90,000 on that time. Okay, this time we're going to blow up his... I'm going to have to take a 1x break of my own, but this will blow up his gem. Yeah, well, that was big shards that came through. That was 300 shards, which getting up into second place was was a huge amount. Like, I'm not sure where I'm going to be. I haven't checked how many, because there's this tour and then there's the Hell mode on the Sammy tour. So I'm missing a bunch of Andre bags. I don't think I have enough to recruit him, but I definitely have enough to be within striking distance if he shows up in offers or other places. Like, I think I'll be within a couple hundred. So that's a huge win just in itself, right? So I'm hoping that's the case, because that was a bunch of evolves that people were doing. All right, so here's the Hogan, and it sounds like from Marco that I don't need any props, but I want to go to bed, and so you are going to bring props, and we are going to bring them down. Good. All right. In my store, what are they called? The gem store that's on the portal. I had 20 of these show up. I think for like 25 of the gems or whatever it is. So I bought that today, because you can never ever have too many of those. So we'll bring some props. We'll hit Hogan with them if we need them, but I don't think we do. So anybody with Andre 5-star bronze with one set of Fury medals, this looks like it's something that's definitely doable. It's going to take a little bit of time, but he's got 4 million health. But as long as we're hitting hard and he's not getting his moves off, we should be good. Beautiful. All right. So, yeah. So you obviously want to put the 3x3 where, if possible, you can make a red match. So that way you get the extra MP for making a match with your perks, with your tour perks if you have them. But you also want to bust some of these X-Break gems as well, too. So as close as you can to blowing up the board, but priority number one is obviously getting these filled up again. So this might not take as long as I thought. If we're doing 500k every second turn, this shouldn't take a terrible amount of time. We do not. Okay, so we only need one. I will not be greedy. I just need one match to make this work. Beautiful. There we go. And then we just played that game all over again. So, yeah. Excellent. So we're going to put that there. Okay, so we're going to hit this. I said hit this. There we go. Yeah, thanks. Again, huge thank you, Marco, for helping me out with that. We're going to put this here. We'll make the black match and help that get up there. And boom. Blow up the board. Make some big hits. Okay, so we're doing like 500k each time. We got the black move set up, so we are going to... he keeps getting that set up. We have more of the board on our side, so why don't we make a 5 match and just hope we don't cascade that. It's in the corner, so we shouldn't, and we didn't. And then we can actually take an extra swipe. Unfortunately, there was no matches I can use. Okay. And then we'll just hit that again. Hopefully that copied over. Okay. Lots of new people in tonight. So for those that don't know, I do have a Discord channel. Is he going to get this move off? 1 row to destroy should not kill us. He doesn't have anything else on there. I'm going to save my prop if I don't need to. Is there an actual match? There's one right there. We'll have to go black match. So for those that don't know, I have created a Discord channel. It's in the beginning stages, but if you want to connect with me outside of the stream, outside of all the videos that I post. You're more than welcome to join. Just don't be a jerk. Don't be a bully. Come in there with any questions that you might have. If you want to pick my brain about ideas, your rosters, how to help you, I am more than happy to help anybody and everybody. So absolutely, definitely come on in and join. Let's see what we can do here. We'd love to have you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That will cascade, but we have a lot of pin bar to work with. Beautiful. So we can also take that, and that'll help us reload. And then we play the game again. So yeah, if anybody wants to join in on the Discord, absolutely. If you've seen my videos and you like them, I'd appreciate when you come on in and you comment on it. As I hope you've noticed that if you do comment on any of my videos on YouTube, I do comment back because I feel it's really important to keep that connection going with people. So I'm all about starting conversations and making sure that we all as a community get better. You'll take care of all of it? Awesome, Leo. Somebody please take care of. Just fix all of the things that I'm terrible at. All the technology things that I wish I was better at. Please, someone, just do it. Just be my mod. I totally appreciate it. Let's see what he can do. He's gonna cause a pin, but not a big pin. So we're gonna get out of this one probably with one swipe. Yeah, we get a huge cascade. Okay, so this actually works out really well too, because New Day rocks. Okay, so we're going to put that in the corner there, and we're going to get as many red gems as we can. We're just going to connect this line right here, and that'll blow up everything that's down there. And that, hopefully, will be the end of him. And we got a huge cascade. Amazing. There we go, 500k. 1, 2, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all in between, we did it. We beat the hell mode. Andre 5-star bronze. It is 100% ability. So yeah, thank you to Marco again for putting all that up there and getting my brain to work on this. But Andre, as you can see, is a powerful character. With a Titan plate, even better. With a drip plate, he's in God mode. So excellent work. Okay, so I got that done. And do I have any rewards? I do have rewards. What have I done solo wise? I've hit 2 milestones. I think I'm in the bonus right now. It's bonus time. Give me some Andre. No Andre. But that's okay. I need some red TP. And I don't know about you, but diamond tokens are becoming more and more rare for me as the weeks are going on. And nothing there too. I got me a Triple H and some black TP. Okay. Neither of them are bad. How far am I away from the next milestone? I still have a lot of things. I'm at 10,902,000. Oh, nice. So I should be able to hit this milestone and maybe even this milestone. Hooray. Okay. So I have some chance. Leo, I'm with you. I have 0 drip plates. And you know what? I refuse to spend $100 to get it, even though I know it would radically transform my roster. But I'm not there yet. So maybe one day I'll be at a point where I could drop $100 on the game and just feel good about it. I don't spend that much on a weekly basis, but if I pooled it all together and just waited, that would probably be a smarter idea. Getting something that would guarantee rather than spending $20 and throwing it out the window sort of thing. Yeah, we're all at different stages, Kush. You gotta keep working up the roster, and that's the hard thing, right? Is to compare sort of where you are and where everybody else is. But the beauty of this game is the more that you play and the more that you continue to grow your roster, and you continue to work with your faction, or if your faction isn't working for you, you move up to another faction and move yourself on. Beach time for you, awesome. Margot, thanks for coming in. Enjoy your daily walk on the beach. And again, thanks for the help. Maybe one of these will give me an Andre. At least give me an idea of where I am shard wise. There's my 100. It costs thousands in currency. Yeah, that's that's the problem is the currency exchange things, right? In 25. So I'm at 1440. So I know there's a couple more bags that I need to get, so we'll see where that brings me. I will open these later. No one needs to see that stuff. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for being a part of the stream tonight. I want to thank you for coming on in, for spending and how long were we on here? We were on for 3 hours and 10 minutes tonight. Wow. An hour longer than I usually go on, but it seems to be the case. I tend to talk a lot longer and get caught up in doing things. So, again, appreciate y'all coming out. New followers, please come back to class. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight. Join the Discord if you get a chance. I'll put that into here one more time in case anyone wants to come on through. So yeah, join on into the Discord. Have a great rest of your day, your night, your afternoon, wherever you are in the world today. And I will be on again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Leo, I'll show it up one more time so y'all can see how the Andre works, so you can win this as well for yourselves. So 5 bronze. There's just one set of Furies on there. So you're going to want to run the two-handed choke slam, bear hug, and the power slam. Thanks, HBK. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Kush. Thanks very much. Most people that don't spend don't have. That's very much true. If you don't spend, you very much don't have a lot of the bigger names and or plates in the game. That's just the way it goes. And then this is the setup for the entourage. You're going to go double MP trainer, and then I put on Sammy for the blast gem damage. But you're going for gem damage. So red gem, any color gem. Everyone's got Santa Hogan, so you can put Santa Hogan on there. And any sort of damage you can get. Whatever you can do, if that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I enjoy my class, but I enjoy having really good students as well too. So y'all have been very good to the professor tonight, and you can definitely you can put Ray in there. Ray Mysterio will add more blast gem damage, and it'll add another blast gem, but you won't get another blast gem. So that's however you can make damage on this end, the coach's end, for sure, definitely do that. Excellent. Yeah, we'll see y'all soon. Thanks for coming in, Will, as well. You have a good night. Everybody have a good night, good morning, good afternoon again, wherever you are in the world. The professor is out. Class is over. Take care.